Hi, I'm Gavin Cash, and I'm playing Clint Brazos, a scion of the Morrigan.
Hello, I'm Gary, and I'll be playing Oliver Bright, a scion of Ogma.
Hello, my name is Sticker, and I play Coda Massaquoi, a scion of Bastet.
Hello, I'm Solomon, and I play Aubrey Briscoe, the scion of Hephaestus.
Hello, my name is Alex Roberts, and I play Hades, god of the underworld.
Hello, I'm Aubrey, and I play Persephone, goddess of spring and queen of the underworld.
And I'm Bloodied Porcelain. I'll be your storyteller for the evening. Good evening, players.
Hi.
Hello.
And welcome back, Coda. Last we left off, Coda had stayed behind with Circe on her island to work out some personal things. Whether or not she decides to enlighten us is up to her later. But while Coda hung back to spend time with one of the world's most powerful immortal enchantresses, Clint, Andre, and Oliver continued onward, determined to complete the labor before the time was up and the flowers that they had been entrusted with began to wilt. They had, after all, wasted more than a month on Circe's island, and were well aware that if they went for too long, they might run out of time. They arrived on the island of the Myrmidons without too much issue. Circe's promise that she would allow them, or that she would provide them with the means to steer there without being taken off course, proved true. On the island, they were introduced to the queen, who was, by and large, rather dismissive of them, but polite as she did so. She's very good at making it clear that they were welcome on the island, of course, especially as two of them were scions of the Dodecatheon, but that she was very busy and had an entire island worth of Myrmidons to look after, and sent them on their way. They each participated in a series of funerary games, from boxing to foot races and spear throwing, and finally the main event, which was chariot racing. They did quite well, placing in the top 3 in every single event. Following that, before the funerary games happened, they had a look around the island, did some investigating to try and figure out how all of these Myrmidons died, and began to realize that there's something odd going on. They all seem to have maybe not died in the exact same moment, but died close enough together that this huge funerary game was put on. But as far as Andre and Alexandra were aware, there haven't been mass die-offs of Greek scions, and the Myrmidons usually serve Greek scions. So what happened? No one could give them a straight-up answer about it. Not even the spirits who were hanging around waiting for the funerary rites to be performed so that they could be sent on to the underworld. Following the funerary games, it is late. You all maybe not are maybe not exhausted, but you've all got that kind of, we've spent several long days being very busy and completing acts of athleticism, and you're all kind of tired. But there was feasting all over the island that you were able to partake in, and plenty of wine, as is the custom. And you do have a comfortable house to return to. Is there anything the 3 of you would like to do that evening?
Yes. As we're sort of kind of like settling down for the night after like spending the whole day doing the funerary games, and we return home and kind of spend some time for ourselves to wind down a bit. I think I'll wait until there's like a moment where Andre and I at least have somewhat a sense of privacy and sort of sit with him. Hey, is it all right if I ask you something?
Yeah, sure. Anything.
I know you're probably trying to keep your mind off of it for the most part, but how are you doing right now?
I'm okay. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it out here, and I have faith in her. No matter what she chooses, it'll be the right choice. And I'll be happy for her. What's important is that it's less about me, and I just want her to be okay.
I understand that, and that's noble of you. I just figured it would be prudent to check in on my friends. I don't want to feel as if any of us have to go through our troubles alone.
Yeah, I get you, and I appreciate it, honestly. It's kind of weird talking about my shit. Usually everyone's like, thanks for making whatever for me, axe, sword, gun, and then they leave. It's been a while since I've been traveling with a band for longer than a few days.
Well, you're part of the team, Andre. Your thoughts, feelings, opinions, just as valuable as anyone else's. And I want to stress that on everyone.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about at any point in time at all? Feel free to come to me, or Clint or Coda or anyone else.
I think there's some I'd like to make clear.
Right.
I am not exactly 100% sure that what y'all are doing is gonna work. But if I can help you make it happen, I will. Stefan did me and my family wrong. Took very important people from us. But if we can show that people can change, that maybe there's a chance that there's an entire group of Scions that could actually be helpful to us, and show that there can be an issue of nurture versus nature here, I can get behind that.
And I appreciate that, and I appreciate you being honest about how you feel about this. And truth be told, I'm not 100% sure what we're doing is going to work either. But I still think it's worth trying. I still think, ultimately, the product is worth the risk if it pans out the way we want it to.
I agree. Nothing worth doing is easy.
No, it is not. I'm learning that every day.
If any other Scions we meet give you shit, just let me know, okay?
I'll bear that in mind, but starting to think that if anyone gives me shit, I should probably start handling that myself. I kind of
There you go.
hold up my fist.
Andres is going to get this really big smile on his face. I was wondering when that was going to start coming up. There you go.
Yeah, my knuckles hurt a lot right now.
I can imagine. Doesn't mean that'll have to be so soon that you start throwing hands again. Just, start no trouble, but take no shit.
Words I might need to start living by. Good night, Andre. Sleep well, and good work in the chariot race with Clint today. That's impressive.
Thanks. Good work at the foot races and the boxing.
Yeah. Shame Coda wasn't here. She would smoke all of us in that foot race.
Oh, no doubt.
Hmm.
But you know I'm going to have to show her pictures of you in the skirt, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Good night, Oliver. And then he will close the door.
You took... Oh, no. You haven't sent that to anyone, have you?
Don't worry about it.
I am.
Just keep your phone handy.
Oh, no.
All right. Was there anything else anyone wanted to do before bed that night?
Nah, Clint's knocked out. He's enjoying himself after a long, long time of fighting and activity. He's good. He's checked out.
Andre will send another text message. Actually, no, he's going to call Mia, expecting to have to leave a voicemail.
Okay. It rings several times, but there is no answer. What do you leave on the voicemail?
Hey, Mia. Just wanted to let you know I'm still going at it. We made it to the Myrmidon Island, finally. We did the funerary rites, played in the funerary games. I actually came in first with the help of Clint in the chariot race. I just wanted to keep you up to date on what's been happening and let you know that I'm still thinking about you and that I hope that whatever you're up to, it's not difficult for you, that you're having a good time and things aren't too tough on your end of things. Love you always. And then he will hang up.
Oh, my heart. Okay. Oliver, is there anything else that you would like to do tonight, or are you going to bed with the anxiety hanging over you that you don't know who has that picture? Or even what that picture looks like?
Yeah, both of those things for sure. I will check my phone to see if I've received any messages to illuminate me on that. But if not, then I will probably go to bed filled with anxiety.
Okay. Excellent. You go to bed filled with anxiety.
Great.
You all awake in the morning to the sun coming in through your windows. It is a warm, there is a lovely breeze coming in off the water, as per usual. Oliver.
Yes.
Can you please roll me... Figure out which window I have your sheet open in. That would be great. Roll me perception and...
Awareness.
No. Whatever
Nice.
perception and fate.
Perception and fate. Okay. That's my fate. 3, yeah. There wouldn't be any auto success for this, right? Because it's the fate purview and not like an epic.
Well, you're rolling perception, so you don't have epic.
Oh yeah, perception is an attribute. 5 successes.
Nice.
Not bad. I love your specialties. Please let me roll well tonight. Seems for now that the gods of fate are listening.
Thank you.
You wake up with a peculiar sensation that you can't quite put your finger on at first. It's like a tugging almost. But it's like it's tugging at nothing. What it's tugging at doesn't seem physical. It seems like there's something tugging at the core of who and what you are.
Does it,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, does it feel like it's tugging me in a certain direction?
No, No. Well, I mean, kinda. It feels more like something is being pulled toward you rather than you being toward it.
Hmm.
Like it's nothing that could make you move, but it is very clearly something tugging at you.
Okay. How early is it at this point?
It's pretty early. Like the sun's just starting to come up.
Okay. In that case, I will get like half dressed. The full suit probably won't come on, but there will at least be shirt and pants. And assuming Andre and Clint are still asleep, I'll allow them to do so and see if I can kind of like follow where the hole is leading me.
Okay. You rolled well enough that I'm not going to make you roll again. You follow that tugging sensation and it leads you out of the house and through the streets of the city out to the beach so that you were facing the water.
I'll like put my hand like over my brow and like squint as I try to look out at the ocean, which I know won't go well, but I'm gonna try.
You don't see anything that you don't normally expect to see. You see like the faint outline very, very distantly of Alexandra's ship, but nothing else.
Does it feel like the tugging's getting closer?
I mean, maybe you haven't had it for very long. You don't know exactly where the tugging is coming from. It might take a while to sense any real difference.
In that case, for now, I'll go back to the house. And at this point, I'm up, so I'll make coffee if we're able to in our kitchen. I know it's a little bit more low tech.
It's very low tech, but there is coffee if you could figure out how to make it without a coffee maker.
I'll see if I can piece that together. My inside, I feel like
you're smart enough. You're fine.
Yeah.
You go online and say, how do people make coffee when they're camping?
Yeah. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll enjoy my coffee on the porch. Wait for the other two to wake up and kind of keep an eye on that sensation. See if I notice any changes or amplifications as the morning draws on.
All right. Andre and Clint, you wake up to the smell of coffee and sea air.
It ain't common for folks to wake up before me and get breakfast made. Let's go see what's going on in the kitchen.
Andrew's just going to get up and just stretch and pop like so many joints in his back and in his hands before he heads out to the kitchen.
There's no actual breakfast. It's just coffee, but it is hot.
Breakfast for Andre, and he's going to grab some.
Well, I mean, I'll take coffee, but... Oh, shit. Hold on, y'all. I'll get something made for us. And we'll start cooking.
Calling through the front door. Sorry, I'm not good at making breakfast, so I was going to leave that to you, Clint.
Oh, it ain't no problem. I got it.
Probably the same
Clint?
thing.
Yeah.
Would you like to roll me intelligence and craft?
Let's go.
You haven't gotten to do one of those in a while. Make sure that you roll the right type of dice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's really hard to roll D6 or D10s or any specific dice with our new command.
I mean, you are rolling D10s with the new command, but that's fair.
So that's that. No modifier.
Oh, by the way, these are cast iron.
Don't mess it up
course.
again.
I mean, it's low tech. Of course, it's cast iron.
Hey,
I mean, 4 isn't bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, you managed to whip up something yummy. You have to work with what's in there. So it's very, very basic. It's eggs and like leftovers from the night before. So there's like slices of ham and things like that. But not bad. Pretty straightforward. Hey, Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
That tugging is getting stronger. A little bit more insistent now.
Take like another long sip from my coffee as I'm just kind of like looking in that same direction. Hey, guys, do you want to take a trip down to the beach?
I mean, yeah, we can eat and walk. That ain't a problem.
I'm always fine with that.
All right, great, because I feel like something's on its way to us.
Oh, no, like another Kraken kind of thing?
No, I don't think it's anything like that this time.
Wait, y'all dealt with the Kraken?
Oh yeah, it's
kind
part of the
sorta.
Loa.
Well, shit. All right.
It was that relate to that time that Clint threw a wolf into the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a fun one. But yeah, we can go down there. Let's see what we got. Here's your burrito, and here's mine, and here you go. It should take care of you too, Andre.
Great, thank you.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah. And then we walk.
All right, you all walk down to the beach. That thread is still stretching off into the distance, Oliver.
With my experience in Fate at this point, could I decipher, like, if now that I'm actively looking at it and putting my full attention into it, could I decipher what the thread is? As in, like, who, what, or where it belongs to?
I won't say that you know exactly who or what or where it belongs to. You can, however, tell that it was definitely formed by magic, not just by fate.
Gotcha. All right.
Are you guys just going to hang out on the beach, or are you going to talk or do anything, or shall I jump forward?
I'm just looking at it like, are we waiting for something, Oliver?
I think we are. When I woke up this morning, I felt something fate-related on its way, but it was far off. Feels closer now.
You got any sort of idea what's coming? Like, should we get ready to fight, or is this a good thing?
I think it's a good thing.
All right.
You know what? Yeah, you ain't been wrong about it before, at least I can remember, so... Well, shit, maybe I should have made more breakfast for whatever's coming.
From what I gather,
If it's unreal, let us know.
Great. From what I gather, it's a thread forged by both fate and magic. So with that in mind, I have some suspicions.
What do you got in mind?
I think a friend's coming back to us.
Oh, you think... Is it Coda?
Probably.
That makes sense. Magic could play Circe probably tied her to us and send her on her way.
Huh. I hope she's not, all jostled by the water, but I'll be right back. Y'all, hold on. Clint is going to go back to our abode and bring out some blankets and a pillow, just in case our friend comes back soaked and battered and bruised and needing comfort.
That's very cute. All right, we're going to pause there with you guys, and I'm going to hop over to one of our other bandmates. Hey, Coda.
Hey.
You set off from Circe's in at the end of the night, the night prior. She pulled out what looked like a tiny, wooden toy boat. And you got to watch as she carried it down to the water and placed it very carefully into it, and then pushed it out from the shore. And as it floated away from her, it began to grow and grow and grow until it was a full-sized trireme. Not terribly unlike Alexandra's. Different in some ways. It has flourishes that Alexandra's don't have, but is also somehow seems less than Alexandra's. You can tell that Circe's was shaped from magic, whereas Alexandra's was shaped by hand by master craftsmen in ages long past. And once it had floated away, she kind of looked over at you and gave a little nod, and had you had to swim a little bit to get out to it, but it wasn't a hard swim. The water was very calm around you, and it was no more than 20, 30 yards, as opposed to nearly a full mile, which is what it would normally be, for a ship that was kept off the shore. And once you climbed into it, you pulled out a bottle that she had handed you, and she'd been very clear. Do not open the bottle until you're on the ship. And you have used the rudder to shape or to turn the ship in the distance or in the direction that you needed it to go. And you would know where you needed it to go because there you could see a visible thread running from your chest, like the core of who you are, out into the distance. It took you a few minutes to figure out how to use the rudder to steer. And you're nowhere near as used to it as somebody like Alexander is, so you kind of just sort of spun the boat in circles for a couple of minutes before you got it facing the right way. And then you pulled the bottle out, pointed it at the open sail, and then uncorked it, and watched as the sail suddenly filled to full, and the ship took off. There's nobody on board with you. There's nobody working the oars. It's just moving full speed.
Sick.
It is well into the next morning by the time you feel like you're getting close. As time goes on, that tugging gets more and more intense, and you can almost feel that thread vibrating, and you can sense somehow that you are close.
Whew. Coda is excited and nervous, but mostly excited. She's kind of been sitting cross-legged on the, what is it called? The deck?
Yes,
The ship, like near the rudder, like, or at least close enough to the rudder where she's like, oh, I need to shift a little bit. She'll get up and go and do that. But for the most part, she's just kind of been sitting cross-legged on the ship, just heading towards her group. And just thinking.
What is she thinking about?
About everything she went through during her time of Circe. Circe, there we go. Yeah, so she's, thinking about a lot of the pain she's lived through and possibly pain she's caused because of the pain she lived through and how defensive she could sometimes be. She's also been like, wow, thinking back to when she drank from one of the first cups that Circe gave her, how much she remembers vaguely, but also very clearly, that it was called the purest and the best cleanse you can have, and how much it burned, cleansing her somewhat of all the poison in her, which the poison was her, pretty much all the bad stuff that's happened to her, some of the negative feelings she's had about herself, and just how it all came out in tears and bile and snot and all of that. And she, she's thinking back to wow, that really hurt. But she's like, but did I really have all of that inside me? And I think now she's just thinking through all of this and what she's gonna do when she gets back to her group, and how have things changed since they have been separate? How has she changed? Can she still be Coda and not be angry? So she's thinking through a lot of big thoughts, and is holding a little crystal that was given to her by Circe that helps her meditate. So if she gets into a feedback loop on her thoughts, she's like, wait, hold on, I remember. Take a deep breath, think about, well, nothing, and then sort through all the other things. And at the end of the day, she's like, I'm almost making it back to my boys. So yeah, that's Coda right now.
I love that. That's awesome. Coda, you are a million miles away thinking about all the things that happened, all of the things you want to do, the goals that you've created for yourself, and how you want to tackle the rest of your life, so to speak. And so you're not thinking terribly closely about what the boat is doing. You're just sort of trusting it to do what it needs to do and occasionally reaching up and like nudging the rudder. So it doesn't really occur to you until land is in sight and you realize that the boat is still moving rather rapidly, that Circe never really told you how to stop. And you can see 3 figures standing on the beach. And the boat's still going very fast. Those sails are still full of wind.
Yeah. She's gonna like look at the sail, look at the bag of wind, look at the beach, look at the rudder, and then go, can I wrap my hands around the bag of wind?
It's a bottle, not a bag.
Oh, sorry, bottle. Like she's gonna be, all right, so can I, what's the word? Cork it?
You could certainly try to cork it, see if you could stop the wind from escaping.
Yeah, so she's gonna be like, let me try bottling it or corking it. So yeah, she's gonna try to cork it.
Make me just a raw brawn check. No, strength. Brawn is not a thing in this system. I'm sorry. I run too many systems.
Oh, I see. A raw strength check.
Just strength, yes.
3, 4. 4. No modifiers.
You would have a modifier. You have an epic. I'll allow you to use your epic even though you're not using a skill.
Oh, okay. 5 successes.
Pretty good. All right. Yeah, you push the cork back into the bottle and have to kind of, you think you've got it and it starts to come loose again and you slap the top of it so that it jams it into place, and suddenly the sail kind of deflates and the boat begins to slow down considerably, which is good. Because this happens as the boat is like 10 yards away from the shore, and the boys have been forced to kind of like back up and split a little bit to, you know, not get hit as the boat rams up onto the beach.
Oh. She'll like look at the bottle for a moment and like take a deep breath and then go, hey.
It wasn't a smooth stop, Coda. You got jostled pretty hard.
Okay, cool. Well, then she'll kind of just like hold on to the side of the boat and then peek her head over and go, hi.
Hi.
Well, you made it. Here,
Oh,
I
man.
got your blanket, got your pillow. You okay? Did you hold on? Let me check you. And Clint will get an approach to check for bruises and anything.
Yeah, I'm fine. She'll just kind of, you know, when someone's like checking on you and you're just kind of like, stop. But you don't like push them away. So she's just kind of like squeeze. What's the word? Like cringing a little bit, but she's like letting them check. I'm fine. I just forgot that the boat had to stop, and so I just corked the bottle.
Okay, yeah, I don't see anything broken. Okay, good. Well, I missed you. And then he'll throw an arm around for a hug.
Oliver and Coda, you both feel that tension that pulled Coda to where Oliver was. You both feel it like snap, like a line of string that was pulled too taut. And the pressure and tension that it created dissipates.
All right, then.
She'll look at Clint, and then for a moment she looks hesitant, but then she'll just like go in for a big hug and go, I missed you guys too. Yeah.
That was private time with Circe.
Enlightening?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously that whole part, like the part that was like, you know, like sleeping with each other, that was kind of interesting. And well, not kind of interesting. It was like very hot, like very hot. Like I tell you what, it was so fucking hot.
Need to dwell
And I
on
wasn't
that
even
point.
high during it. Well, mostly, but oh my god. It was amazing. Right. I'm happy to see you guys.
We're happy to have you back.
This place looks less haunting than I thought it would be.
Yeah, you kind of missed out on the games. It was, there was a foot race. You would have done real good.
Games? Aren't we supposed to be like killing a bunch of ant-men?
Well,
Yeah,
no, we're not
well,
killing them.
it turns out they were already dead, which kind of worked out pretty well. Not for them, but for us. And then we got to put flowers on graves, and we fought, and we did racing, and what else did we? I threw a stick real far.
Hmm.
Oliver
You're-
kicked the shit out of some people.
Yeah, he beat
You
the
did
fuck out of some
what?
dudes.
I took part in the boxing tournament.
Did you give someone a black eye?
It was more than that.
Came in third.
Well, you know what they say about third.
What do they say about third?
They say, Mr. B, that third is 2 times as less good as first.
I'm just gonna like squint.
Good works, right? Because like double negatives cross them out, but double positives makes it even better.
You also said 2 times for the number 3, which doesn't work.
I'm working on it.
That you are. Anyway, as Clint said, we took part in some funerary games. We offered up the flowers for the spirits to take with them to the underworld, but then we had to collect the actual physical ones for us to take to the underworld personally. So we need to figure that out. In addition, we also find the fact that over 100 Myrmidons spontaneously dying all around the same time to be very suspicious, and we are still looking for answers on that.
Especially given they all died in very violent ways, and we haven't had a whole lot of Greek Scions that have been in fights or dying.
Is it something maybe Gwen is doing?
That's what I was wondering. It's just that the fact that these are Myrmidons that were all over the world. So unless she's got a whole lot of friends, and she doesn't seem the friendly type from what I know of her.
And it's also been noted that since Stefan's out of the picture now, the attacks from the Fenris Wolves have gotten less coordinated, but more aggressive. So I think that is further evidence against her being involved, although it still doesn't fully rule her out as a suspect.
I mean, yeah, we kind of put together that they were all, well, not all of them, but a lot of them were killed with like old school weapons, you know, swords and spears and things like that.
They were definitely
Well,
in a fight at the very least. We know that.
Yeah.
didn't we see that there was, in the underworld, there was a crack or something? And that people were able to cross between underworlds or something like that. I was not fully paying attention when we were all talking about that, but isn't that a thing that's happening that's pretty, like, not good? Maybe they're crossing through the underworlds and attacking people and, like, coming out?
Maybe, but that's, I don't think, related to this case because the Myrmidons were alive, but then all got killed.
It also depends on the particular underworld. I don't think that there'd be a crack in Lord Hades' underworld without him knowing about it.
It's pretty notorious for being pretty tight. I don't. Okay.
Why'd you have to say it like that? There was so much emphasis.
Because that's what it is. It's like a vice. That's how it is in all the stories.
Not helping your case here, Oliver.
I'm just
I
saying
know something that was like a vice.
when-
Damn.
Hey,
Jesus.
Clint goes for the high five.
She high fives him. Oh, I missed you. I mean,
Oh,
I
I
missed
missed
all
you.
of you.
Yeah. We
Are you
missed you
doing
too.
okay with all these smart people around you?
I mean, it's not so bad. I had them teaching me a couple of things. I mean, they're not like the best teachers, but they're still pretty good. I feel like I'm expanding my understanding of the world around us and how I can throw my stick a little further and better.
Came up with a great idea, actually, about how to get some information.
He did actually.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah, when
talking
you
about
want to talk
to the
to
spirits.
Oh, yeah. I went and talked to ghosts for a little bit. I was, asking them about names and what they did in life and their favorite animals. A lot of them liked, ants and bees and termites and stuff like that. Kind of boring, but
Hive mind critters.
yeah, something like that. Kind of like they themselves as hive-minded critters.
Right. Well, it has been great catching up. Wonderful to have you back again, Coda. But we do need to figure out our next step here, that being making it to the underworld.
Okay.
Probably want to go talk to Alexandra about that. She might know more than I do.
I agree. I think either Alexandra or perhaps Queen Aegina.
Yeah, either one of them should help us out, right?
Well, I mean, Alexandra might be more inclined to help us out as just as scion to scion. Queen and Gina, maybe.
I think we did a good job. That we should, if we do talk to Queen Aegina, that, she'd be pretty proud of what we did for her.
True enough.
Let's see if we can be quick about this, though.
Yeah.
Rule out one possibility before doing the other, and I'll just take out my phone and call Alexandra, put her on speaker.
What's up?
Hey, Alexandra. So we have finished one part of our current labor, and the next part involves making our way into the underworld. We were wondering if you would somehow know any methods as to do that.
Preferably without dying.
Well, I've never been to the underworld, but I know some of the stories.
Any that could help us get there quickly?
Yeah. In theory.
All right. What do you have for us?
Let me, okay. So, the ones that I know about, a sacrifice is always a good option. Sacrificing to Hades at or near any sort of like funerary or burial setup usually works. There's a bunch of like caves and shit. If you can find like a really deep cave, or a really old cave, you might be able to use that to get there. There's certain types of like rituals. I don't know them specifically, but I know that some of the old cults, especially cults to Persephone, were kept and performed certain rituals to get back and forth.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's helpful. So I'll turn to the others. Hades was the one that issued the labor to us, so in theory he should be expecting us. So I think giving him an offering might be our best way, especially since the funeral pyres are still there. They're burnt now, but they're still the site of a burial.
Oh yeah, but
Well, the pyres aren't going to be it. You're going to need to go to like tombs. There's usually what do you call them? Like trenches, ditches, where offerings, sacrificed animals, and things like that were usually dumped. You want to make your offering there, and it should probably be like your blood.
So we put blood in a hole and we'll be good to go?
It's got to be the right, not necessarily a hole, but it's got to be the right place. But yeah, in theory, your blood, and given its divinity and the legend that you carry around with you, you should be able to get there, no problem.
Is like
All right.
a door pop up or something? Or okay.
I think we'll see once, or if it happens. We just need to make sure. The island should have like a tomb for the dead, right? After they.
Oh yeah, typically there's got to be one around there somewhere.
I had a space in it.
Just as a general rule, with the way sacrifices and things tend to go, make the sacrifice of your blood, say a prayer, and hopefully something will happen. Like I said, I've never been there myself, but...
All right, great. Thanks for your help, Alexander, both in this and for just everything in general. Assuming this works and the portal opens, I think this might be the end of our paths colliding, at least for this endeavor. If we see each other again, well, once again, thank you for everything you've done for us.
Do you want me to stay here in case you come back up on the island, or are you guys just going to find your own way home?
That is a good point. If we come back up on the island, yes, that would be good. If we don't, we can let you know, and you'll be free to sail off. You're okay with that?
All right. I'm not going to wait for forever, though, so if I don't hear from you at least in a few days, I'm leaving.
That's fair.
We're not going to keep you here forever.
Oh, Alexandra, it's
Yep.
Coda.
What's up?
Can I get your phone number from one of the guys? Not for like, yeah. Can I have your phone number from one of the guys?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, Coda's back, by the way.
Yeah, no, I saw the boat or the ship. Have you guys looked back at the ship, by the way?
No, and went to look at it.
Around, look at.
The ship has begun to shrink and is down to about the size of like a rowboat now.
What the hell?
Oh,
Then to
cool.
jog over to it and just keep watching.
It gets progressively smaller as you stand there, Clint, until it is small enough to fit in your palm.
but are you still at that? Actually, did I even see the bottle?
No.
No, okay, then I don't know anything about it.
Just gonna pick this up here and take a close look at it. Hey, Coda, your boat turned into a toy.
Yeah, it kind of started as a toy, and then Circe kind of let it drift into the water, and it got big, and then she gave me a bottle of not air, a bottle of wind. So yeah.
You still have it?
Yeah, I like corked it. That's what made me make sure I didn't run into you guys and smear you across the sand.
So there might still be some wind in it?
She'll look at the bottle.
What are you looking at the bottle for?
See if there's still wind inside of it. I think she's
you
like, I
can't
don't know how to see it.
Wind doesn't look like anything. You assume it's still in there.
Yeah, she's
No.
like, I'm not sure. It looks like an empty bottle, but I'm afraid to open it just in case it, you know?
It
Yeah,
did
hold
fight
on.
you to get to let you cork it, so.
I mean, I was able to squeeze the cork in, and that took a bit of strength. Well, a lot of strength. So I'm
And-
sure there's like some in there.
Then yeah, hold on to that just in case. It could be handy for the future, and the boat as well. There might still be some magic on that. I don't
Yeah,
know
it
if we'll
ain't
be able to
mine.
use
Here you
it,
go.
but who knows?
Oh,
Clint will hold out the boat.
she will take the boat, take the bottle, put it in a bag. Yeah, she should have a bag.
You have a bag that you carry your stuff in, yes.
Yeah. Oh, right. And Circe told me to tell Clint and the rest of you guys that if you want to come back, it would certainly be a first. So, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind saying hello every once in a while.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I mean, I understand.
Ooh, right.
I won't drag you there if I end up going back. Don't worry.
I mean, if you want to go back and we're all just hanging out, then I'll like stay on the boat or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to force you through that. That sounds like a really boring and lonely time.
So, do you guys still need me on speakerphone or?
Oh,
Nah,
no,
we're
sorry,
good.
sorry. Thanks again, Alexander. We'll let you know what happens with the underworld once we get out and everything. Bye.
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 Okay, let's go find a tomb.
Yep, there was the big one that I had us pointing to when we were, doing our honoring of the dead. We can go check that out. I think it's like, what's it called when you got a whole bunch of dead bodies and boxes in a big building?
Mausoleum?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if there's a Greek version of a mausoleum, but it's one of them.
All right, let's head that way then.
All right. You all head that way. Quick question. Are you going to go back to the house and grab your stuff?
Yes.
Also, are you bringing all of the animals to the underworld?
I bring Ian. He's probably, cool with it. I
Yes,
hope.
Ian is pretty accustomed to going to underworlds. I'm more wondering if Oliver is planning to drag along the dragon.
Yes, just because right now we don't know if we're going to be popping back out on the island.
Okay, interesting. Good to know.
You're gonna want to make sure he's really well behaved down there. But from the stories, my uncle isn't exactly super great with people fucking with his place.
I will try my best.
How nice is your uncle if you happen to have an inkling?
I have not had the pleasure. The couple of Scions I met of his have been, fine.
They're all a little dour and gloomy, but yeah, you haven't met Great Uncle Hades yet.
Yeah, they're kind of downers, but that's generally, I would say, to be expected. But here you are, Clint, a bright ray of sunshine.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, sometimes you have to have an exception to the rule, right? You gotta bring some sunshine to cloudy days.
True enough. But yeah, I haven't ever really had the pleasure to meet my great uncle or his wife. So this is going to be interesting. I would definitely say before we get down there, we need to be as full but not miserable as possible, because we should not be eating anything while we're down there.
Yes, good point.
Well, are we still hungry? Coda, have you eaten?
No, actually. Well, I mean, no.
All right, hold on. I'll make you some. I think we still got some leftovers from breakfast. I'll put together a burrito for you, and then we can get going.
Yeah, I can walk and eat, though.
Yeah, that ain't no problem.
All right. You all pack your bags. Clint makes Coda a heaping breakfast burrito. And you all head off for the tombs, yes?
Yep, here you go, toasted on both sides, and off we go.
Excellent. Okay. When you get to this building, it is large with high walls around it. Before, when there were bodies being prepared and everything, there were effectively Myrmidons stationed as guards and things. Now it is quiet, and there are very few around here. In fact, as you guys are walking there, the town is beginning to get rolling. Before that, you only saw one or two Myrmidons out in the street, and they were usually the ones who have you guess have jobs that require them to be up with the dawn. Now it's becoming a little bit more busy, but you guys are able to pass to these high walls that close in this large building that from the outside looks not exactly like a mausoleum, but very similar. Like a closed-in space that you would imagine the walls would be thick because they have those box-like graves built into them. Passing through the front door, you actually find that it is open on the inside. It's just that the walls are very high, which makes it look like a closed-in building. There are, in fact, above-ground graves, but you can also see a large number of in-ground graves. The ones that are part of the ground all look very old, and most of them don't even have markers proper markers anymore. But up as you walk through the rows of graves, you basically walk along like a path that cuts up through the middle to the back that kind of butts up against the mountain itself, like a cliff, a straight mountain face. And as you get closer, you realize that there is, in fact, a trench dug into the dirt. It's several feet deep. There's a little walkway that goes up to an altar behind it. But this looks like this is probably where a lot of sacrifices and offerings and celebrations of holidays where ancestor worship or holidays honoring the gods of the dead probably happen here.
All right. I suppose we just need to offer up our blood into that trench, make sure it's well known who it's for, and ask for a path where we need to go.
Right, if you say so.
All right. How are you going to go about doing this?
Coda will take out her bat, which transforms to the sword, and go, I can cut very gently all of our hands.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Maybe we should do it with something smaller like the knives I made you.
I was thinking the same thing.
She puts her back onto her back as a bat.
Not a bad idea. It's just certain instruments are better than others.
Yeah, good idea. Just need the right tool for the job.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I'll pull out the knife Andre made, slash my palm, and kind of hold it out over the trench. For Hades, please open up a way for us to meet you and deliver what we were promised to do.
Okay. Oliver, you hold your hand out and you wait. And you could feel this anxiety and tension build up in you because nothing's happening at first. And then, like, you get a little frustrated, and out of frustration, you sort of close your eyes and are... You're trying to think of what you could have possibly done wrong, going back over the moment in your head. And what you don't realize, but everybody else notices, is that as soon as your eyes close, you disappear. And when you open your eyes, you are standing in a place that is very dark, and you can hear the gentle and barely there lapping of water.
And can I tell that my friends aren't there around me right now?
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, spend one of your legend points.
Of course. I am so broke.
Back on, or back up top, Andre, Coda, and Clint, you all just watched Oliver disappear.
One quick thing. As I open my eyes and see where I am and that my friends aren't there, I'll just kind of look around. Fuck.
The one time they're not there to hear it.
Yes.
That's why you did it, you bastard.
Yes.
Well, either if he went somewhere or he went invisible, and I don't see him standing there. His footprints ain't showing, so.
I think that's a good sign. And Andre is going to take out his own knife and will do much the same. Lord Hades, I beseech upon you, give me passage so that way I may hold a audience with you and with your queen. And he will go ahead and just let the blood drip down, and after seeing Oliver close his eyes, will close his own.
And Andre disappears and pops back up on the beach next to Oliver. In fact, you two almost run into each other because Oliver has kind of turned a little bit to try to figure out where he is.
Oh, shit. Hey, it worked.
All right.
Do
How
you
are
want to
you?
go, or?
I mean, it's not like an underworld, like it's a giant cave or anything, right? Like,
I couldn't tell you. It's my first time there as well.
shit.
Together?
Yeah, maybe together'd be better. Yeah.
And then we just kind of like guess what each other's going to say. Oh, no, that might be a bad idea because we're saying this to Hades, so it might be disrespectful.
Yeah, how about like we do the blood thing and then we step on either side so we're not like over talking to each other, and then we just,
Yeah.
try
Okay.
and do the thing at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2,
Two.
oh,
One.
1.
Do you both cut your hand?
Yeah.
Yep.
And what do you say?
You first.
All right, Hades, if you're listening, we're trying to come and talk to you. We followed through. We did the flowers. Please don't let me fucking wake up in somewhere scary. All right, come on, bring me down there.
Do
And then
you
we'll close
close
his
your
eyes.
eyes? Okay. As soon as his eyes are closed, Clint disappears. Coda, what do you say?
Hey there, Mr. Hades. We're coming to meet you and your wife. I think it's kind of cool, the thing that you're doing with the flowers and stuff. So, like, I mean, that's like really romantic, but, right. Yeah, we'll be coming to meet you soon. So, yeah, apologies in advance if I come off like rude or something. I don't mean to. I'm working on it. So, please be kind. Yeah. And then, like, she'll close her eyes trying to think of what else to say, but, but yeah.
You close your eyes, and for a minute, it doesn't feel like anything happened, and you open an eye, and you're still up top. You close your eyes again, and you pray a little bit harder internally, and then when you open them again, you are also standing in a place that is very dark. None of you can see more than a few feet in front of you. But you can all see each other, and you can hear the lapping of water. And I would like you all to make me perception awareness rolls, please.
Okay.
Clint is immediately looking up to see if there is some sort of cavernous maw up.
It is so dark that you can't tell.
Oh, don't like it.
One success.
Damn it.
Andre.
Wow, Andre.
Oliver,
How
you
did I
bastard.
do better than you?
Andre, you have twice as many dice as Oliver.
That is a crime. That's a crime. That's illegal. You're not allowed to do that.
You passed this curse on to me, you bastard.
I had to beg the dice be nice to me.
Coda?
Yes.
Hey.
Right, so we have a 3, a 3, a 0, and a 1.
Wow.
Oliver and Andre don't notice anything. Coda and Clint, however, both begin to hear the faint, distant sounds of wailing and moaning.
Whose hand am I touching right now?
That's fine.
Oh, okay, hey.
Well, I hear the
You don't hear-
wailing.
And I hear
What?
moaning.
Uh-huh.
So we're in the
Not
right
like-
place.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, probably.
guessing. It don't sound like the fun kind of moaning either.
Okay. Well, either way, it's our only sign of where we are, so we should probably head towards it.
We have to
Yes,
can't,
we
like,
do.
just give him a call or something. He heard us while we were cutting our hands, so surely he already knows we're here. We don't. Okay.
I can lead the way, but Clint, do you want to hold my hand?
Yes, please.
All right.
Thank you.
Andre,
Yes,
roll me an intelligence and occult, please.
that I can do. Hopefully, maybe.
Fingers crossed.
Well, it's 4 successes.
Still 4.
Yeesh.
Barely.
Good lord, only one of those was a success. That's wild. Okay.
Thank God for it.
Coda's like, I can lead the way, and they turn and start walking, and you are barely fast enough to like have your hands shoot out and snatch the backs of their shirts before they can accidentally step into the water that is right next to where all of you are.
Oh, yep. Nope. Nope.
You know better than or you should know better than anyone here, given what pantheon you belong to. You don't step into the rivers in the underworld.
Yeah, you don't. You know, all the water in the underworld of Hades' domain, bad. Don't do it. Don't touch it.
Well, that's just where the noise was coming from.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's the actual waters. The River Styx will, if you breathe it in, will liquefy you from the inside. The River Lethe will make you forget everything you've ever experienced. So just don't touch the water.
So the water
make
is doing the noise?
Very likely. That or,
It'll-
salt within it.
Make you forget like everything, or could you take like a slight dip and you forget some things?
Well, from what I know about the River Lethe, is you basically just start swimming or paddling and you just keep forgetting things till the end of time. I don't think that the shore shows up again to you when you first enter it, so let's just not test the theory.
Well, what if there was like a book or a game that you played and you want to kind of forget it so you can enjoy it again for the first time? Is there a river down here that'll help with that?
You know what? I can't rightly answer that because all I know is that Lethe just makes you forget. Don't know how much, but that's bad enough that I don't want to test it.
Better
Okay.
I'll
option.
ask
Is there a
Hades.
way we can cross the river without endangering ourselves?
You got a
Uh,
pocket boat.
By that I mean a boat or a bridge.
We have a boat.
Yeah, you got your pocket boat. You
If-
can whip that out.
If you could get Coda's magicked boat to work, that is certainly a possibility. Andre and Oliver, given both of you have such high intelligence, and Oliver, you have an awful lot in academics, there are boatmen who travel the rivers, so you could also just wait.
We could just wait to see if Charon or one of his ferrymen want come this way, if we want to just keep it simple.
What kind of ferryman? Like ones with wings or like...
Ferryman
the ones
is
that run
in
boats.
I feel like it's in
Ferry.
carry. Yeah, like a boat or a person.
Not as exciting. I was hoping for a little change from what we're seeing, but...
Wait, but correct me if I'm wrong. Don't we have to pay them to take a ride or something?
I mean, I got a pocket full of change for Ian here. It usually helps. I'm shit. Y'all, fuck. He doesn't need to know I have that. Don't tell him.
Ian is literally sitting on your shoulder.
Yeah, and Clint is looking away from Ian as he's talking. Trying like,
Ian
Ian
has tilted his head, and you all can tell that he has got one of those eyes leveled on Clint.
You're in trouble.
Don't. It's okay.
Andre, it is also safe to assume that given the pantheon that you come from, you probably carry your own coins on you.
Yeah, I definitely.
That was probably something that you were like told to do like as soon as you had your visitation.
Congratulations, you're Greek. Here's your death coin. Yeah, Andre will just keep his own coins at the ready, and will be ready to pay for the others if they don't accept just regular change.
All right. As you are standing there, it doesn't take long for those of you who rolled 3s on your perception checks to hear the sound of something moving through the water.
Either there's a person coming or a monster. We don't have to like stand on the beach, do we? We could like get a little bit away. We don't.
It's definitely the boat person we're waiting for.
They don't have like.
Men, they're just doing their jobs.
They don't have underworld krakens too.
I don't know.
Probably not.
I mean, what if a kraken dies and then where do they go?
I think
Great question.
actually
Well,
it is.
let's think about it on the boat, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because don't we have like a god waiting for us?
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess he's
Like,
not waiting for us. We're like. supposed
As
to
you
meet him.
all scramble and talk and are half panicked, trying to stay still and figure out a plan, Coda, you turn to look hard out at the water to see what's making all that noise, and you realize as you strain your eyes that you see a barge slowly coming into view, and at the side furthest from you is a tall figure in simple black robes without a hood, and they are using a pole to push the barge up towards the shore.
I think this is our ride. We can't really check the license plate to make sure, but I think this is it.
Would they have license plates, do you think?
No.
Why would
I
they
thi-
have license plates?
Well, I don't know. Like, I figure if it... I don't know. I'm just talking to hopefully get us through this place without much worry.
Okay. Let's make sure everyone's connected to the train. Like the train of people.
Yep,
So we don't
here's my
lose
hand.
anyone. Yeah, she'll take Clint's hand.
I got another one who needs it.
I got you.
All right, cool. I got Andre and Coda on my sides. Here we go.
And Mr. B, please grab Andre.
All right.
Thank you. And then Coda will carefully lead them to the
Up onto the barge?
Yes.
I still have glow sticks, by the way.
Do you think they'd work here?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Well, let's get on the boat and find out. That sounds pretty useful.
That's true. I can glow my eyes.
All right. The ferryman begins to push away from the shore as soon as you are all on. Does anyone speak to or acknowledge him, or are we just moving on?
Oh, absolutely. Hey, man, are you doing this job for long?
I know you did not.
Clint,
I'm here often, he says.
you look over, and the man who is pushing this barge looks like a man, and like something has worn at him over an unknowable amount of time, so that he almost looks skeletal, but there is still like skin and life there. He looks almost like he is caught somewhere between living and dead. But he sort of looks over at you with these eyes that are impossibly dark and black, very similar to the pitch black waters that you were being pushed across.
Sorry, man. It looks like you need a meal. You got a name, friend? Yeah, talkative bunch. I get you. I understand. Well, we're going to sit here and enjoy the river. If you need help, I got a long stick, too. I could help push. You just give me the word.
My name, Scion of the Morrigan, is Fleshius.
Okay, but what's your real name?
That is my real name.
Clint.
Fleshius? Okay.
Flegius.
Flegius. See, I heard something wrong. I understand now. Flegius. It's nice to meet you. And Clint will extend a hand.
He does not shake your hand, but he is using a pole that is quite long, that he is having to constantly have a hand on to keep going.
Clint will awkwardly return his hand. Do we need... I thought I heard our friends talking. Do we need to pay you?
Not me.
Who?
Guess we'll wait for the boss then.
You will. Charon, you will have to pay.
Oh, okay. Well, I got this box of flowers I ain't sure he's so interested in, but we'll figure it out.
Meanwhile, in the background, I am pulling a glow stick out of my bag and cracking it to see if it still works.
The glow stick works, but it does not make it any easier to see here.
Okay.
However, it is impossible to miss as you are carried along in this deep, dark river, and you are brought up alongside a stretch of what looks like swampy land. But as you look past that to the other bank of it, you can see a wall of fire.
Hell is that thing? Hey, Flegius, what are we looking at here?
I'm sorry. I can't. Oh my goodness. That is the I know that no matter how I say this, you are going to make some sort of joke out of it, Clint.
Oh no.
It is the Phlegathon River.
The Phlegathon River?
Phlegathon.
Phlegathon, like okay. And why is it made out of fire?
It has always been made of fire.
Oh, so that's like a feature. That ain't a bug?
Why would there be insects in the fire?
That's a really good point. I should have thought about that before I opened my mouth. Thank you, Flagius.
What's the purpose of it?
Largely to keep those who don't belong there out. The river that we are on now, and he points into the water, is the Cositas. There, on the other side, before the fire, is the Acheron. The Cositas is the river of wailing, and the Acheron is the river of woe.
Whoa, like, okay, I gotta stop.
W-O-E.
Yeah, like the sadness, not the, whoa, that's really cool.
Correct.
Yeah, I put that together. Hey, Flegius, once we get somewhere, you got like, in case we come back, you got a phone number or something?
No.
Yeah, you don't look like the sort that, rocks a phone. You got like a smoke signal or something that gets a hold of you, or do you just like make your rounds around over and over?
I suspect at least some of you I will be seeing again very soon.
Good and ominous. I like it.
Like later today, or what do you mean?
Perhaps.
All right, like if we show back, so I don't know how it necessarily works here, but do you want a bottle of water or something when we come back?
I'm fine. I just need you to get off my barge so that I can get back to my rounds.
But
we don't have many souls that require ferrying, but they are still around.
So you can't walk with us or anything? Act as a guide?
No.
Okay. Well, it's been real nice, Flegius. I guess this is where we say goodbye. And Clint will reach out the hand once more, hoping that now that we're stopped, he no longer has to hold his pole.
He will shake your hand. His hand it has flesh, but you can feel each individual bone under it.
Clint is very careful, as if it is a fragile thing then.
It doesn't feel fragile.
Can feel the bones and only really usually feel that on old people, so I'm going to be real gentle just in case. Give his hand a nice shake and then let go. All right, off the boat, right? We gotta walk in the swamp. Is that what we got to do?
You will wait here.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, where and when do we pay Charon?
I was going to say.
When he comes.
Yeah.
Very well.
You all step off the barge and onto what you realize is just, even after a few minutes of walking around, you realize two things. One is that this is barren and swampy and there is water all around you. There is nowhere to go. Two, you are not alone on this barren, swampy strip of land. There are ghosts here. You can see them. They are wailing. And some of them are threadbare. None of them really seem to fully notice you, though they seem to congregate around you, like they are drawn to you, like moths to flame.
Yeah, this is pretty usual. Y'all, careful where you step. There's folks around you.
Oh, they can see them too.
Clint doesn't know that yet.
Oh, that's fair.
We can see them this time, Clint.
No, what? Did y'all get new powers or something?
It's because we're in the underworld.
Oh, right. They're okay. Well, hold on. And Clint focuses his gaze to look around and try to find the inverse of his power. Are there any other living people? If his power works that way.
I'm sorry, what did you ask?
Clint is going to, instead of using death senses to try and determine where, ghosts are because we're surrounded by them, Clint is going to see if it works to find the opposite in the underworld. He's going to look around to notice if anyone is alive other than us.
No, it does, however, allow you to zero in on ghosts a little bit more easily. And you realize that while you can see and hear the ones that are up on land with you most easily, you realize you are startled to realize that there are occasionally ones floating by in the river.
Nope, don't like that. Don't like that. Okay.
Still wailing despite being in the water.
Clint will point one out as it passes by. There's ghosts out there too. There's ghosts out there too. I don't like it. Can y'all see them ones? That one right there? The one that's like crying and shaking a little bit there?
I think any that end up in the water are just like that.
Okay.
I'm not
All
sure
of your
though.
phones chime.
Oh, shit. Maybe it's Mom, and he'll pull it out.
It is not, Mom. You have all been added to a new group chat.
Oh,
And there is a message from a number that some of you have in your phones and others don't. For those of you who have her number in your phones, it is Alexandra. And she's asking, did you make it?
yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I was about to say, she should probably hear from you too.
Good. Good luck. I hope you took coins with you.
I'll text back. I got him covered.
Good. It would really suck if you got stuck down there for 100 years.
Yeah, fucking second. I'm not gonna let that happen.
Clint turns his phone sideways and looks to his shoulder. Ian, you can't read, can you?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Clint keeps his phone turned away from Ian at that point. He doesn't need to know that we got coins, and he's Andre's got us covered, so we're just going to make sure he don't see nothing.
As you are texting with Alexandra, and Andre, that she wasn't kidding. If you had shown up without coins, without a means to pay the ferryman, you would have been stuck on this very piece of land for 100 years before you could have gone anywhere. They'd have just left you.
Yep.
As you all are texting, you once again hear the sound of something moving through the water. This is bigger than the last one, so everybody hears it. And as you turn, there is another barge pushing up onto the shore.
Oh, looks like our ride is here.
But this time, as you turn to it, rather than the bargeman or the ferryman being on the opposite side of the barge, he has crossed to stand in front of where you can climb on.
Andre will go ahead and get out coins for everyone.
Oh, thank you.
The man that you walk up to, who is waiting to take those coins, is tall. He has kind of silver white hair that has been slicked back, and because the lighting here is so poor and it is so dark, he almost looks bald. It's just that his hair is very, very pale, and as is his skin, it all sort of blends into one thing. His eyes are such a pale shade of blue that they almost look white as he looks you all over. You are still living. You wish
Yes,
to
sir.
proceed?
Yep, we got a duty to do. We got to go say hi to Hades.
Very well. Your travels will be interesting, no doubt. You have your passage.
Yes, sir. And Andre will offer his own coins and let the others offer their own.
Does anybody not part with their funerary coins?
No, I'm handing that over.
Oliver's like, please take it. Let me go. He collects all of the coins that are handed to him and steps aside to allow you onto the barge. More than one ghost tries to follow you, and the pole that he uses typically to push the barge around seems to materialize out of nowhere, and he uses it to push them back, rebuking them and earning loud, miserable, gut-wrenching wails.
Damn. Sure ain't a nice place to be down here. I could use a brewery. We should hurry up and be done here.
Agreed.
Is there a reason why some people don't have coins? She
Their
says
bodies
while
were
getting on the boat.
Their bodies were not prepared with them, or they were stolen.
If we had a pocket full of, loose change, would we be able to help any of them?
No.
Okay. If. And then he'll find a place to sit or stand on the barge.
All right. He moves back into his place and pushes off from the shore, guiding you toward that wall and river of fire.
We're not going that way, are we?
Of course we are.
Before we burn to death, we were pretty close with Flagius. You got a name too, friend?
I'm Charon.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he is the ferryman here. And Andre will nod to him with as much respect as his title is due.
Nice to meet you, Karen. You got... I'll ask you later if we survive.
He pushes the barge along. You guys grow closer and closer and closer to the fire. And then into it. The fire doesn't so much part as it seems to almost be snuffed out in the place where the barge passes, only to leap back to life as it passes by it. So at some points, you are completely surrounded by these flames.
Nope, don't like this. Don't like... nuh-uh.
We paid our way. We're supposed to be here. We're fine.
Uh-huh. I'm just going to look at the bottom of this here boat for a little bit. Y'all let me know when we're past this, please.
I got you covered.
Mr. Chiron?
Charon.
Chiron?
It's a different one.
Question, does all souls that die who are part of this pantheon come here? Or only the ones that, well, the ones that didn't have the best deaths?
All souls pass this way that are tied to our pantheon.
And is there a good land for the ones that died unjustly?
There's Elysium, I think.
There are a number of places in our underworld where souls go based on the type of life that they lived.
Okay.
But we do not sort them by good or bad.
All right, just making sure. Just checking. And these underworlds that's here, we couldn't go and see someone, right? That would be not okay? Or is that since we got right of way?
That is a question you would have to ask for the lord of this domain. I am not him.
Understood.
Yeah, he'd be the one that actually would know where they are or where they ended up.
All right, just checking. And she'll go back to staring out over the barge.
All right. As you are pushed along, the barge eventually bumps into land on the opposite side of the fire, and you find yourself on yet another kind of swampy shore. Each of you, as you begin to disembark, are met with the smell of flowers, faint, but there. And the gloom begins to kind of fall away.
Clint will look up at the smell, and are we still surrounded by fire?
Oh no, the fire has passed. It is still out there. You can see it, but it is you've already passed through it.
All right, okay. It's looking a little better on this side of the fire. Which means we survived, which means... Hey, Karen.
Yes.
Just supposing that we end up coming back down here to take care of other business, if we have to come and see the Lord of the Domain again or anything like that, is there any sort of cellular device that you might happen to use that we can connect with you to request a ride?
No.
Okay.
The ferryman will find you if you pass this way again.
Okay. But do you just talk to people with such a device?
I do not have such a device.
Okay. Do you write letters?
Please step off my barge.
Okay, sorry.
Come on, Clint.
All right, I'm coming. Come on, Ian.
As you move away from the barge and onto the shore, as I said, the gloom begins to lessen and you are all met with the smell of flowers. They're faint, but the further you go, the stronger it gets. And eventually, you find yourselves standing in the beginnings of a rolling plain filled with asphodels. And I'm going to post a picture of what asphodels look like in the notes channel.
Boy.
Ooh, pretty. This ain't looking so bad now. I kind of like this part of the place. Kind of sucked getting here, but it's looking better.
Yeah, just don't touch, smell, or put any of them in your mouth.
Don't plan on eating flowers, but...
I never know if you...
So we can't even, touch... We're smelling them already, but we can't touch them?
Just to be safe, it would be wise not to.
Oh, because we don't know what'll happen. It's not like it's a prediction of if you touch them, you die or something like that. It's just a we don't know.
Yes.
It's
And
just
Okay.
better safe than sorry.
exactly. And a lot of times when you interact with things in the underworld, you kind of get stuck here.
As you stand there getting your bearings, there are a few things you notice. One is that you all stand in sharp relief to the other spirits that you see immediately. Most of them are thin and wispy, barely there. In fact, the ones that you can see almost don't seem to have feet and hands and are missing parts of their arms, not because they were removed, not because they were removed violently or anything, but because they almost seem to just fade into nothing the further away from the core of their body they get. And they are all drawn in towards you.
Yeah, that's, we got friends. Hello, folks. Nice to meet you.
They don't seem to fully understand what you're saying or that even that you are interacting with them. They're just sort of drawn into you. Again, like moths to a flame. In the distance, across this rolling plain of these beautiful white flowers, there are huge, towering spires of black stone that make up a massive palace.
I assume that's where we need to go.
Yep. Just got to get through Plains of Asphodel first.
You
Is there
also
a
notice
trick to this.
You also notice in off to we'll say to your left. You're not entirely sure if it's west or east or what. Off to your left is a space that seems, while this is less gloomy and is pretty and almost overwhelming in how pretty it is, beautiful it is compared to where you just were. There is a place that seems almost more alive despite being in the underworld. But it's off in the distance. You see brighter colors when a odd sort of sourceless breeze passes by you. It seems to carry more of the scent of the asphodels.
I think that's the way to Elysium.
That's the good place, right? That's where I was hoping all them Myrmidons would be going.
Yep. The place where the heroes and the souls of the righteous are rewarded for what they did when they were alive. This is Asphodel, where most everyone else ends up peaceful, but
Wait, so Aubrey, when you do inevitably, kick the bucket, do you think you're going to end up in Elysium then?
I hope so. Or if I don't, I end up doing just in the palace doing work for my uncle. I hope I get to at least stay useful in my own way.
I can understand that, yeah. All right, well, let's get stepping, I guess.
Yep.
All right. In which direction are you headed?
Up to the palace, right? Them black stones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our best bet is just to start heading towards the palace.
Okay. As you are walking, you notice more and more spirits, more and more ghosts. Some have a little bit more substance and a little bit more color. They seem a little bit more present than others. Though they all sort of, and they're dressed in various time periods. Some are more modern. Some look like they are in like ancient clothing, like togas. And they watch you pass. Even the most like seemingly present ones kind of watch you, and they've all got looks on their face like they can't remember something. And they're all circled, much as you are, by those barely there spirits. Andre, if you would like to, you can make a intelligence and occult. I would even allow Clint to, though it would give you very different information.
For sure.
Alrighty. Well, it's better.
It was intelligence occult?
Yes.
That will be 5 successes for Andre.
I've got 1 success.
Okay. Clint, from what you can tell, the ones that are flitting around, it's like they have less gravity and importance to them. It's not even so much that they're less here. It's that they're less. They just don't carry the same sort of stuff that X factor that others do. Andre, what you know is that in the fields of Asphodel, that is where the unremarkable souls go. It's not that they're bad, it's just that they never really accomplished anything of merit. So they stay here.
Right.
And these souls, out of all of the souls that pass through the Greek underworld, are really the most cursed by the gods of your pantheon.
Even more so than the ones punished in Tartarus?
Yes, because even the ones in Tartarus usually did something worth remembering.
Fair enough.
Though it is worth knowing that Tartarus isn't really used anymore. Tartarus was also where the Titans were kept.
Yeah.
They're not there anymore, so.
No. Yeah, Andre's just going to look around and just kind of wince and look kind of melancholic. Poor bastards.
Poor bastards. Hey, they're floating around having a good time, it looks like.
Yeah, but this is the place where they basically put everyone that didn't do anything worth remembering in their ass. This is the land of the people that they just forget.
So they're just folks that are kind of floating around and they're not doing anything.
It was happening. I'm dumb. All right, here we go. And we're back. You all are walking through the fields of Asphodel towards what you assume is the palace of Hades himself. You pass by all of these spirits while the wispy, unremarkable spirits crowd around you and occasionally reach out and touch you. And it feels like cobwebs brushing along your skin as their fingers touch you. Eventually, and you don't know how long you walk, how far you go before the flowers, those perfectly white flowers, give way to black stones. Not unlike walking through a path in someone's like garden where they've put down a bunch of pebbles and stones rather than just leaving it dirt. Except that it's a lot and it expands outward. You follow along through what you realize is, or what Andre realizes as you are walking through it, and perhaps Oliver as well, given his academic knowledge. This may be the field of Erebus. Erebus meaning darkness. And you realize it's kind of a forecourt and a path at the same time, as it leads to the base of the staircase that heads up to the palace proper. However, before you get to the staircase, you reach a fork in the path. The fork goes in 3 directions. One heads off into what you can only describe as deep, cold darkness that's like oppressive in ways that even the place where you were when you crossed the Styx wasn't. And in the other direction, it leads towards a place where the scent of apples lingers in the air. Sitting at the crossroads, which Andre would know is called the Great Trivium, sit 3 carved stones with men sitting in them. Each of them has a torch lit behind them. Andre, if you could roll me another intelligence and occult. Oliver, I will allow intelligence and occult, but I want you to remove 2 dice.
Okie dokie.
There we go.
There we go, Andre. Look at that big brain power getting 10 successes.
Yeah. And here comes Oliver's 30.
No, I'm
I was like,
losing 2 dice.
Oliver, you are welcome to try, but Seven's
7.
not bad. 7's
It's
still
still good,
pretty
yeah.
good. It's not 10, but it's pretty good.
2 dice down? Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm imagining that you two are kind of talking quietly between the two of you as you pass through things, trying to piece together all the things that you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver, what you know is that crossroads are important and sacred to the goddess Hecate. And Andre, what you know from your father's teachings and from listening to the stories of other Scions and even some of the gods who are known to tell stories at your family's gatherings, these are Scions from ancient days. This is Minos, Rhadamanthus, and Aecus. And they are here to judge the souls that pass through the underworld, to send them either back out into the field of Asphodel, onward onto the outer edges of Tartarus, which is where where very wicked but not completely awful and disapproved of souls end up. Or onward to Elysium, the Elysian fields. This is also where, if someone were, when a soul drinks from the river to make them forget, that usually happens here.
You think we can ask these guys for directions?
I think this might be best if Oliver and I take point on this one.
Okay, yeah. We'll stand back here and be ready to ask them questions too.
All right.
Who are they? Just so we know.
3 ancient Greek kings and scions from ancient times.
You said
They're like-
ancient twice. They must be real old.
Yeah, they are. They're like judges. They determine where souls go to which section of the underworld down here.
Oh,
Well, nothing bad's gonna happen to you, right?
Ideally not. We're not dead, so there's that.
I still think we should be as respectful as we can be.
Of course.
All right.
All
What are
right.
you waiting for? Go get them.
We'll do, Clint.
So Oliver and Andre step up.
Yep.
Andre, the one that you recognize as Minos, looks at the two of you. And he gestures toward Aecus without saying a word. Scion of Ogma, scion of Hephaestus. Why come you before our judgment?
This is Andre's pantheon, so I will let him take lead here initially.
We have been tasked with a labor by the lord of this place. We have come to finish said labor in a audience with him.
And do you bring your payment? Your proof of a labor accomplished?
Yes. And Andre will show the flowers that were brought along, that were used at the funerary rites.
Your friends must also present themselves.
Andre will just look back to Clint and Coda and just gesture for them to come closer.
Oh, yep, right here. Nice to meet you, folks. Hi there. My name is Clint Brazos. I'm a scion of the Morgan. And may I have the pleasure of your three names?
I am Acus, and I am to judge the three of you. And he gestures between Andre, Clint, and Oliver. And another man who has thus far been quiet and done very little moving locks eyes on Coda. I am Radamanthus, and I am to judge you, scion of Bastet.
Why am I judged differently?
Yeah.
This is our roles. I am to judge those who do not belong to European pantheons.
Really? I mean, understood.
Unless you wish to be judged by the same measure as those who are more closely related to the Greeks. And he kind of looks at you, and Coda, you could feel that something very similar to the tug that you were feeling when you were being pulled towards Oliver. Mm-hmm. But it is like someone is without touching you, it's like someone is reaching over and plucking every fate thread you have. Shakes you to your core.
She'll, like, clench her fist around the crystal that was given to her by Circe, and will just... Sure, you can judge me. 2. Yeah, but I also was here to do the same labor as my group. So, I mean, yeah, judge me all you want. I'm here for judging.
Coda.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me what your... let me make sure I've got the right word. What your virtues are and what ranks you have in each virtue.
My virtues are
permanent, not temporary.
Copy, Captain. Conviction, duty, harmony, and valor. Conviction and duty are both at 3. Harmony's at 2, and what's this? Valor is at 1.
Okay.
Oh, like they're numbers, or like how much I've used of them?
No, the numbers are good. I was asking for
Okay.
your permanent numbers. That's good.
Okay.
All right. You can feel those threads around you being tugged and plucked and manipulated just a bit. And there's like a tension that kind of forms around you. It's like your soul is being poked and prodded. And then all at once that tension releases. And Radamanthus sits back in his seat and says nothing. This happens to each of you. So we're going to go down the line, and I'm going to have each of you tell the audience what your virtue ratings are, and which virtues you have. We will start with Oliver.
Okay. I have courage, which is at 2, expression, which is at 3, intellect, which is at 4, and piety, which is also at 2.
Okay. Clint.
Clint similarly has courage at 3, expression at 3, intellect at 1, and piety at 2.
And Andre.
Andre has double checking. Expression at 2, intellect at 3, valor at 1, and vengeance at 3.
All right. Anyone who has a virtue at 1, you can either spend a willpower to try to bolster that virtue at your core as your threads and strands are manipulated, or you can spend a legend to impress upon the judges that how important it is that you pass. A willpower will effectively allow you to roll your legend rating, so 4. And if you get at least 1 success, it'll allow you to pass. There's effectively, you have one option that'll allow you to pass automatically and one option that will allow you to roll, and if you fail, there will be a consequence.
I'm gonna roll.
I'm gonna use legend.
Andre will utilize his legend, given the way I've been rolling tonight. I don't trust it.
Okay. So Coda is going to roll. Coda, please roll me 4 dice.
Oh, no.
4 dice. I'm not concerned at all.
You can do it.
You're going to kill us.
2 successes.
Hey.
I'll take it.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Mhm.
Okay. Both of the judges sit back, and Minos, from his central seat, nods his head. You are worthy to speak to the Lord of this domain. Pass on, but follow only the central path. Any others, and there will be consequences.
Understood. Can I just ask you one question, sir?
Who are you talking to exactly?
The one that was talking to her.
Radamanthus.
Yes, that one.
You may ask. I may answer.
Right. How do you decide? No.
Who is worthy?
Yes. Do you just feel it? Do you just know it? You know?
The goddess Hecate has given us many gifts and many specific roles. There's little else I can say about how it happens, save that this is our fate.
I see nothing much has changed from being a Scion back then to now. Thank you for answering my question.
Minos lifts his hands and gestures past them towards the central path.
She'll go. Somewhat waiting for the group if she can.
All 4 of you have been judged worthy.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Right there with you, Coda.
All right.
All right. As you pass along, I would like all of you to roll me perception awareness.
Okay.
Does that include Ian?
Nothing.
No, it does not include Ian.
2 successes.
Holy shit.
Coda just casually rolling 8.
Sees
Yeah.
all.
I got 4.
All right. Coda, you are the only one who realizes what's about to happen. It doesn't stop it from happening, but you are just barely able to either brace yourself or dodge out of the way. As a massive creature bounds up out from behind one of out from behind a structure in this field. It looks like a almost decorative kind of statuesque thing, but hugely wide, at least 10, 15 feet across. And it bounds out from behind it and straight towards all of you. Coda, what you recognize as this huge figure runs towards you is that this is a massive animal with 3 heads, about the size of a Greyhound bus, but wider. And it is growling and snarling.
Holy shit. Is this that...
Hold on, are you going to dodge or are you going to brace yourself for impact?
She's gonna brace for impact.
Okay. In that case, I also need everybody. Well, Coda, you have the option to roll either Dex or Strength and Athletics to try and brace yourself against it. The rest of you are just going to have to roll just base Strength, no epics.
No epics. Oof.
Well, 2 successes. At least
That's
I'm
what the next
consistent.
time. Nothing.
2 successes.
I rolled nothing again.
And Coda rolled 7. All right. Everybody else ends up on their ass except Coda, who just sort of skids backward in the stone a bit, but manages to stay upright. What all of you see is a massive black dog with the heads of like a cross between a pit bull and like a Rottweiler, except all 3 heads are wreathed in snakes, and its tail is a massive snake. And there is as you all hit the ground, this saliva that looks viscous drips from its fangs or from its teeth and hits the ground and hisses like acid.
Oh, holy shit. What the fuck is that thing?
Yeah, that's Cerberus. Ow.
That's your dog friend from... That don't look very nice.
Don't think it's a friend. Ow.
It's not supposed to be.
Oh,
You guys didn't tell me there's dogs down here?
I mean,
Yeah, he's kind of the big one around here.
does he like food or to fetch or something?
I don't think he's going to really respond to much aside from his master's orders.
Okay.
Coda will hold her hands up in like a, surrender, but not like all the way above her head, but more of just like a, okay, like a placating kind of like way to be like, calm down, we're here for a reason. One of those situations.
It is half crouched and growling and snapping at all of you. Like it is trying to force you backwards.
Clint, from his seated position, will kind of, instead of raising his hands up, will put them out wide as if to welcome it inwards and start, come here, boy, come on, it's okay, it's just us, and try to placate the beast.
Of course.
Okay.
We're just here to see your dad, I promise. We're not going to do nothing. Come here, it's okay, you can come here.
Clint, I will allow you to roll charisma and animal ken, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to work. I'm mostly letting you roll to see how bad it is.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Perfect.
I just want to be upfront that this is not something you can really pass.
Oh, no.
Oh, so it's not going to be great. Okay, that's 2 successes.
Can I spend another point of legend?
Sure, if you want.
To tap into
Make it
expression?
less bad.
Yeah,
You can't tap into your virtues after
Right.
the fact.
that's right.
You can, however, spend a legend to re-roll.
I will do that. Hey,
That's
it
worse.
got worse.
And
That's
it's
so much
worse.
worse.
All right.
Come here, big boy. Come on. Oh, shit. He's getting closer.
Clint, there are drips of that saliva hitting your skin, and it sizzles and pops when it hits. It hurts.
Shit, maybe don't get so close. Fuck.
All right. We're about to go into not exactly a turn order, but everybody's going to have like one option. But first, while this is happening, I'm going to allow Andre and Oliver to both roll me intelligence and either occult or academics, whatever is better.
We're going to go academics.
Six.
10.
There we go.
All right. Andre, what immediately comes to mind for you is that the one hero you know for sure, you remember the story of getting beyond Cerberus was Heracles or Hercules. He wrestled Cerberus into submission, and that's how he got past. Oliver, you remember that, but you also remember all the other stories. Basically, only Hercules bothered to take the physical route. Almost everybody found a way to put him to sleep. What nobody did was try to fight him.
Okay.
That said, we are now going to go into turn order, so everybody is going to have a chance to do something. I would like everybody to roll me. Well, let's do join battle so we can figure out who gets to go first.
Right. 6 successes for me.
Join battle is that you just roll 1 and then you have a modifier of whatever your join battle number is.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
It is as if it were a dice pool. My bad.
No. I know it's been a while since we've used this.
So that is 7 plus 5. I've got a 12.
All right.
What is it again?
Well, you roll 1 die, and then you have a modifier of whatever your join battle rank is.
Oh, okay,
I also have
perfect.
12.
We got 2 12s.
Unless epics count, then it's 13 for me.
Okay, epics do count. That's something you have to factor in.
Okay, then 13.
That'd be 14 for Andre.
All right.
9.
Okay, so we have a 13, a 14, a 9, and a 12.
That's right.
Alrighty. We're going to start with who had 14?
Andre.
Andre, you get to go first.
Oh, goody.
Do I have to wait until my turn? Can I call out to him?
You can call out. Talking is a free action. As long as it's not long.
Well, music soothes the savage beach. The savage beast, maybe? Yeah. I can maybe get some music out of my orb.
I'll just like shrug.
Fuck. And he will pull out the orb that he's been working on, and I would like to try to get music to come out of it, because I know one of the ways I can modify it and like move its moving pieces to get it to sing basically a very like soft and sort of like generic lullaby.
Okay, is that a thing that you have on your sheet, or is this just where we're winging it?
This is me completely nerdly winging it. I don't have a like actual instrument on me or anything.
Okay, cool. I will allow you to roll intelligence and your ranks in technology to see if you can make this do what you want it to do.
Okie dokie. Can I also add my expression?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Last dot of expression. Here we go. Nine successes.
All right. 9. I see. All right, who had 13?
Me.
Oliver, I believe.
All right.
I'm looking through my list of things in my satchel, see if there's anything I could use to potentially help put him to sleep, and I'm not finding much. All right, in that case, I have called out, we need to put him to sleep, presumably, where everyone could hear. So I will try to impress that more upon, let's go with Coda, since I think she's good with animals. So can I give her like a command roll to do better on what she's going to do?
Absolutely. Make your command.
Command plus
Charisma.
charisma. Cool. I can do that. Where's my command? There it is. Six successes.
All right. Coda, whatever you end up doing, well, you will have 3 extra dice.
Sick.
Who had
Thanks,
12?
boss.
That would be Clint.
What is Clint gonna do?
Hearing the music going, seeing the effort put into putting it to sleep, and hearing the confirmation from Oliver that we should indeed go in that direction, Clint will just take on a very calm and quiet, not necessarily quiet, but a calming voice, trying to soothe and it's all right, come on, boy, it's okay, just lay down, it's gonna be fine, we're gonna be okay, I promise. Kind of keeping himself still, keeping his hands down. Just trying to talk the beast down, because it worked so well last time.
All right. Give me another charisma animal, Ken.
All right. Let's see. Hey,
That's
6
much
successes.
better. 6 is way better than 1.
Absolutely.
All right, Coda, last but certainly not least, you've been told that the goal is to put it to sleep. And the rest of your group seems to be working toward that end. What are you going to do?
Okay, can you let me know if this is 2 different things? Coda wants to do not Coda. I want to do Serpent's Gaze to try to lock eyes with at least, I'll say what would be the best head to lock eyes with?
You're the only one on your feet, so probably the center one is the one that is closest to you.
Okay.
You have to remember these are big. This is a big animal.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I want to do Serpent's Gaze to lock eyes of it, and
lock it in place to give your friends time to do their thing.
Yeah, and
I will. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so then this is probably the second thing. Coda was going to when she was with Circe, she was starting to get into like dancing with her swords. So I was gonna try to do like a snake charmer thing because there was like snakes on Cerberus. So go to sleep.
You know what? I think that's a very cool idea, so I will allow it. Do whatever it is that you need to do in terms of Serpent's Gaze. If that's a roll, make the roll, spend the legend.
Yeah, I spend 1 legend.
All right. And then I want you to do... let me look at your sheet. I'm going to have you roll Charisma and... You don't have art.
I don't. To be athletics.
I will allow you to have how many dice extra did you get from Oliver? 3?
3.
I will allow you to use those 3 dice as if they were art, so you still get your epics from your charisma.
Okay. Okay. Would this be a stunt? No.
This is absolutely a stunt.
Okay, this is a stunt. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Ooh. How many dice?
We'll say 2. 2 extra dice for this.
And 2 points of legend back for her.
Correct.
Okay. Please. 10 successes.
Holy cow. Go, Coda, go. Okay. How do you have a modifier of 5?
Because it was the 2, and then you said
You
3.
don't give extra dice.
No, not 3.
Dice,
Just
not-
3 extra dice.
Yeah, dice, not dots.
Okay, let me
I was
roll.
like, wait a minute, hold on.
So right now we're down to a 7, but roll 3 more dice.
Roll 3 more dice. Okay. 3, 0.
Okay.
Red.
7.
That's 7. 7 isn't bad,
Okay,
though.
7.
All right. So here's what happens, all kind of at once. Coda locks eyes with Kerberos, begins to do this elaborate dance with her sword, and the knife that Andre gave her as well, which seems to manage to capture Kerberos's gaze. At least the central head and one of the side ones. The other one is focused on Clint. And maybe not like bending down to get scritched or anything like that, but like it's trying to make sense of what's happening. And at the same time all of this is happening, Andre is messing with that orb in his hand, pressing pieces and shifting things around and twisting it in his fingers. And you all hear this kind of mechanical click, 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 and then a whirring. And you begin to hear the gentle chimes, not unlike what you would expect from a little girl's music box, to begin playing. A very soft, kind of nameless lullaby that is somehow familiar, but nothing you could put your finger on. And over time, slowly but surely, the creature begins to fall asleep. Its eyes get heavy, even the snakes begin to droop, and it eventually settles and lays down at your feet. And begins to snore.
Posey's a good boy. That's right. You are. Yes, you are.
Don't wake him up.
I'm not going to wake him up. Look at him. He's sleeping.
All right.
Keep him that way.
Now, I want everybody to roll me a dex and stealth to see how well you get past him, and we'll move on.
Oh, come on.
No. Oh, I do have a Dawn stealth, actually. That surprised me.
I do not.
Yes, you don't.
Oh, okay.
4 successes from me.
Coda.
I got 2. Coda hasn't rolled yet. That was from the previous roll.
Oh, okay.
8.
Hey, there we
Oh,
go.
Andre, would you like
Yeah.
to spend a legend?
Oh, is that no total failure? There it is.
Yeah, sure is. You know what? Fuck it, we ball. Yeah, I'll spend another legend.
Fuck it,
Oh, I was getting ready to wrestle.
No, let's not do that.
Oh, come
Only
on.
one guy got away with that.
2 successes.
We can
All
make that
right.
2.
You all manage to sneak by and up the stairs and finish the following the path up towards the palace and the massive doors.
Can I ask politely if we can go back for just a second?
Why?
Clint will stand next to the sleeping dog near one of the heads. Come on, get a picture for me. Come on. Here, use my phone.
No, absolutely no.
It's okay. It'll only take a second. The longer
Fine,
we're
fine,
here,
I
the
swear to God, I'm going to start making people roll again.
let's go.
I take the fastest photo known to man and then usher him on.
All right, go. Let's go.
No flash.
Jesus. All right. The Palace of Hades stands high over the surrounding lands, glaring down on it from above. The exterior is flat black basalt without windows or architectural features, resembling more of a war memorial than a palace of nobility. You follow this flight of stairs crafted from the same black stone as the Field of Erebus, and it ascends a full story in height to the single cavernous opening that leads to the throne room of Hades and Persephone. In contrast to its grim exterior, the palace within is a palace of deep, rich jewel tones, glittering with dusky gold and tarnished silver everywhere. The highly polished black marble floors reflect the glories above it, creating the impression of standing midway between riches above and riches below, all out of reach of the petitioner. The decor recalls the reason why Hades was called Pluto, the wealthy, by the Romans for its sheer opulence. Within, the tall thrones of Hades and his queen Persephone sit upon a tall dais. His throne is crafted entirely of black basalt, inlaid with silver and deep purple jewels. Sitting in that throne is the man you suspect you are here to talk about. You watch as he sits there and blood spills in sacrificial funeral trenches. The blood spilled in the sacrificial funeral trenches, like the one that you saw earlier this morning, drips down from the ceiling above. Hades, would you like to tell them what they see when they look at you?
Absolutely. So, as they enter into my throne room, looking amidst all the opulence, the gems, the gold, and everything else, sitting high on top of my throne, they will see a rather tall man, filled out well, skin that is very gray, and wearing a very dark robe, along with a breastplate where the Greek heroes of old would have had brass. This is made of obsidian. In my hair, you see a sprig of lavender as well. And as they enter into my throne chamber, my form is lit from the sconces on the wall, reflecting the light off of the gold. And when they walk in, they would be greeted with not only my opulence and splendor, but also a smell of wood smoke, pomegranate, and then just the slightest hint of flour.
Excellent. Beside his throne is an empty throne of white marble inlaid with gold accents and deep crimson and burgundy gems, the color of pomegranates.
Wait, ain't there supposed to be 2 of them?
Pay attention to it right now.
Okay.
Who are you all who enter into my chamber?
Hi, I'm Clint, and these are my friends. We are here to finish up a task you gave us.
Yes, the Scions. Please, come forward. show me what you have brought.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get it out here. You got the box and unfasten. Okay, here we go. And Clint will approach. Come on, y'all. I don't want to be alone. And he'll
step up with Clint.
That's the laundry.
Yep.
And then Clint will open up the box with all of the flowers that we had given and rendered as a sacrifice, and then collected back again.
And as you step forward, you'll see me dismount my throne, walking steadily towards all of you. The kind of wisps of smoke from the fire, along with what you think might be some remnants of soul, trail behind me as I come forward to inspect your offering.
The flowers that they carry are exactly the ones that you had delivered to them, except that each of them carries a whiff of something that only senses as finely tuned to death as yours and perhaps your wife's could tell is ash from a funeral pyre. They look almost untouched, but they carry the smell of the grave with them.
And I think that's exactly what I am inspecting for, as you see me lean down and the blues, whites, and yellows of the flowers just mirror off of my breastplate. And as I take the smell into my nose, I look at all of you and say, I didn't expect you to complete this so quickly. Inspecting the flowers. How is it that you came to do this in just 2 months' time?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
We sailed to the island that is home to the Myrmidons, and they had received a substantial number of losses, enough for each flower, Your Highness.
Well, that is quite strange to me, as I have seen a few Myrmidons wandering my land, but not nearly enough to merit such a large offering.
We found it strange as well, my lord. We were curious as to how so many of them could have died so quickly within a small time frame.
Yeah, from my understanding, they were kind of waiting around until, we did the funeral games and sent them off right proper. So you might be seeing a few more here in just a few minutes once they kind of filter through.
One way or another, I'm sure I will have my answers. I'm going to reach down and grab one of the flowers to inspect it. Mostly just for show. At this point, I know that you've accomplished the thing that you set out to do. I saw that you all had a bit of trouble with Cerberus on your way in.
Oh, it weren't no trouble. He's a friendly feller. He just, he kind of, he's a real good guard dog.
That he is. Well, it seems to me that you've done what I had asked. However, the speed at which you do so does perplex me, but that was not your charge. I'm going to go retrieve the flowers that I will bring forward to combine with these.
We're not early or anything, are we? It's still on time for everything?
You'll see me walking towards a back area of my throne room past the sacrificial fonts, saying, no, you are not early in a way that was ahead of the assignment. I had expected you to take about 6 months to do so. At least that's the length of time that I put into these flowers. And I will retrieve a bouquet from the back of my throne room.
As he returns, what you all see is a bouquet that is almost identical to what you were carrying, except that they are faded and muted in color. You think you can almost see through them to the armor behind where he carries them. But they look damn near exact otherwise. It's like somebody took a shade of what is in your hands and formed it here to wait.
So you got ghost flowers and regular flowers. That's a pretty neat gift. Should we not talk so loud? Can she hear us?
Well, even if she can, it won't matter. I'm sure she will be quite pleased when she sees what we have to offer. And, young sir, if you think this is impressive, just wait a moment here. And I'm going to step forward, holding out my hand for the flowers that they had brought.
Oh, yep, here you go. And Clint will lift the box with the flowers and bouquet inside.
Mm-hmm. And then what you see is holding the box in one arm, which, given Hades' size, looks a little bit small in his grasp. And with the other, I take the ghostly bouquet gently, as if caressing a lover, and putting it into the flowers to the point where they combine with one another and then have this almost spectral essence to them.
Holy shit.
Wow. You're really romantic.
When you meet...
Coda of Massaquoi, Scion of Beset. Sir.
It is very nice to meet you, Coda, and I will give you a bow if you have not offered your hand or anything like that. Not all the way down, just a slight bend of the torso. And
She'll do the same.
you will see a smile cross my face, which to this point has just been kind of stoic. Looking over the flowers, I'll look to the rest of you. I don't believe I got the rest of your names for returning this wonderful gift to me.
Go on, y'all.
I'm Aubrey Briscoe, scion of Festus, Your Highness.
Oliver Bright, scion of Ogma.
And I'm Clint Brazos. Like I said, I'm a scion of the Morgan.
And I will return a bow to all of you and say, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. And again, thank you so much. You've done great work for the Dodecathian Pantheon with this. I do have one more task for you, and that is to bring these flowers to my beautiful wife.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, sure.
It'd be an honor, Your Highness.
And I will hand the box back to Clint, with care, but not nearly as gingerly as it was handed to me.
Thank you. I'll take good care of it. Hey, just in case we get lost, trying to find your wife, do you got like a phone number or something we can text you or call you for directions?
Well, if you get lost in my domain, there won't really be any need for a phone. I'll already just see you.
Up? Oh, cool. Okay, that does make it easy. But I mean, like, let's say, we just want to hang out sometime later in life.
I see. And I will retrieve a piece of parchment that looks extremely old, almost like the paper is made of hemp. And you will see me retrieve a quill from my robe and write down a number on it and then hand it to you.
All right, thank you. I'll get this typed in real quick and we'll be on our way.
One question.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be frowned upon if, do you allow people to go to Elysium if they wanted to talk to someone that may have passed?
I see. And just so I am clear, Coda, you are asking for the purpose of visiting while you are here, not after you have passed, is that correct?
Oh shit, I didn't even... Excuse me. Oh... Shit, I didn't even think about after I die. Well, I mean, that's a good question too. Like, after I die, can I visit other places to talk to people? But also, I mean, like, while I'm living and visiting, if I could maybe talk to someone that may have passed somewhat recently.
I see. I will tell you this. As a thank you for bringing this gift to me, I will allow you to see someone within the Elysian Fields. However, in your passing, you will not be heading to that field. You will be in the underworld of your own pantheon, Coda.
Understood.
Wait, so like you and your friend ain't gonna be able to talk anymore?
There's a connection between here and the Duat.
Oh, so, Mr. Hades, if we were to pass and be on our own underworld, can we, visit after that point? If there's a connection between this one and the Duat, surely, there's a tunnel between other ones.
To clarify, there are connections between the various underworlds, but it is generally not permitted for spirits to go wandering those connections. And spirits that try frequently don't show up in either underworld anymore. They tend to go missing. So they are strongly encouraged to stay where they're supposed to be. And depending on which pantheon you're talking about, not all of the underworlds are as connected as others.
And I think to your question, I will say, can and should are two entirely different things. You should not venture outside of your own pantheon's underworld. In some situations you can, but there is no promises as to what happens to your soul.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a really difficult thing that only super cool people should do. Got it.
I don't think that their track record has even been that stellar. But again, I will allow you to see someone. I will provide a entourage for you for that venture after you have brought this item to my wife.
Thanks. Thank you, sir.
Do you prefer sir or like highness, or do you even care?
When you've been here as long as I have, the honorifics just fade away. I am the lord of this land. You can address me as such, but I hold no pride in that position.
All right, Hades it is.
That will do fine.
Lord Hades.
Well, it sounds like we're going to be on our way. Is there anything else you had for us? Any part? Are we going to see you again here in a minute once we're done delivering?
No, you will not see me, but I will see you.
All right. Again, my hands are kind of full here. You elbow bump or something? Like, it's not a handshake, but it's something.
I believe if the gesture is offered to me, I am not completely inept, and I will shake your hand. There is a bit of force with it, but not so much so that would be trying to crush your hand.
Clint will try to match that force equally and give a nice firm handshake.
Clint, your hand doesn't get crushed. Matching the force of a god's grip is not super possible for you, but it's not like he's trying to hurt you.
Exactly. Just
okay.
a friendly, nice, firm grip.
I think I heard Andre try to say something earlier and he got talked over. Andre, was there anything you wanted to add?
Andre, after looking basically like scared shitless for most of this conversation, would go up and after basically being stuck in a bow for most of the time, would offer his hand. It's been an honor to finally get to meet you, Uncle Lord Hades.
I will take Andre's hand and say, it has been a pleasure, Andre. And I will be definitely more gentle with this gesture than I was with Clint. Just kind of reading the general demeanor of the party.
All right. Does anyone else have anything they want to say or ask?
Y'all have any barbecues down here?
Okay. Before you answer that question, I'd like to ask something slightly more pertinent. If it's not too much to request, my Lord Hades, now that you have exchanged numbers with Clint, if you ever uncover why all those Myrmidons died so suddenly, if you wouldn't mind sending that information to us as well, I think it might be helpful and useful to us.
I see.
Here, I'll send you a text so you have our number.
When you do, nothing goes off. But I will look back to Oliver and say, I will get in touch with you and give you whatever information is pertinent. I do not wish to see you fail, if that is what you are asking.
Thank you, my lord.
Hey.
Also, you said we need to deliver the flowers to your wife?
Mm-hmm.
Where exactly is she?
I believe you will find her in the fields outside of the palace. Judging by your path, you most likely passed some of her effects a little bit ago. Perhaps if you saw some flowers or smelled a sweet spring breeze, those are usually her call signs. As you can tell, there's not much sunlight down here.
Looking back, you begin to realize that you may have mistaken the effects of a goddess of spring being in the vicinity for the Elysian Fields when you first got there, because you're pretty sure that what you passed that smelled like apples was the Elysian Fields. Would make sense because it happened after passing Judgment.
Well, got ourselves a bit of a walk then.
Storyteller, is there anybody that I can provide to this group to ensure their passage is unimpeded?
There are a great number of spirits and shades that you can call up at whim.
Okay. I think what I do then is call forward just with a wave of my hand, and you see two spectral figures step forward, both of them clad in this ancient Grecian armor with their very, very long spears and this kind of ghostly shimmer to their helmets, with the long dark hair that falls down their armor that you can almost see through in this tinge of green. I say, I will provide you these 2 souls to see you through to your delivery and to take you to the Elysian fields.
Right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
And thank you.
No, we're just happy to help.
Always.
Help you did. But now you must finish the task, and then your labor is complete.
And then it's on to the next one.
All right. If there is nothing left that anyone wishes to say or ask.
I think I will say, well, actually, I'll let the rest of the group go first.
Nothing.
Nothing from me.
Andre
Oh,
said his
shit.
piece.
Okay. As the spectral warriors start to descend the stairs, and you all do the same. If you look back, you will see me walking to one of the corners of my throne chamber. And then when I am out of sight, you see me retrieving a crown. It looks like it's made of shards of obsidian interwoven with brass and silver. And I will put that onto my head and become invisible, with which I will then follow this group as they deliver my gift.
Love that. Okay. As the PCs turn and walk away, one of you might glance back over your shoulder and realize that you don't know where Hades is anymore.
See
He's
you, big
just
guy. Oh,
gone.
where the hell?
The as Clint pauses, trying to figure out what happened, one of the ghostly figures wraps his spear against the ground, and it makes a weirdly loud sound to kind of startle you into moving again.
Shit. Sorry. Yep. Right behind you.
They lead you out of the palace and back down the path. You pass by Kerberos, who is awake again, and eyes all of you, but does not make any moves towards you. He just sits and watch all 3 heads and all of the snakes watch you pass. You pass the 3 spirits of the ancient Scions who sit in judgment, and back down into the fields of Asphodel, and back towards that place where the fields of Asphodel seem somehow more vivid and bright and warm than the rest. It takes a while to walk there, but your guides never flag. They never seem off course. They seem to know exactly where they are going, though they don't speak. And eventually, you reach a place where it isn't just flowers. There is a single tree that seems to have sprouted up despite everything. And sitting under its branches is a beautiful woman. Persephone, would you like to tell them what they see?
Yes, you see a woman with olive skin and long red hair, kind of the same shade as a pomegranate. She is wearing a beautiful dress in a dark green, and the dress itself is embroidered with different flowers and vines on it, some of which almost look like they could be more than just embroidery. And currently sitting at the base of this tree and quietly humming a song to myself.
Oh, go on, say hello.
Your Highness.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. And Andre will bow a bit. I am Andre Briscoe, scion of Hephaestus. And I come bearing a gift from Lord Hades.
Oh. I'll get up and get to my feet and slowly walk towards Andre. What has my husband given you to give to me?
Clint, if you'd be so kind as to pass the bouquet to me.
Oh, yeah, here you go, bud. Hand it over.
Clint is holding this large box that looks reinforced and quite heavy, but he opens it, and inside is this massive bouquet of narcissus and forget-me-nots that are overlaid with this kind of spectral glow, where you could tell that there's almost a spectral, ghostly version of each flower interposed over the living one.
Ladies, smile and reach out to run my hand along these flowers. Always so thoughtful. They're beautiful. And I'll move to take the bouquet.
Yes, ma'am, here you go, and happy birthday to you.
I'll just pinch the bridge of my nose.
Thank you, even though it is not my birthday.
Oh, right, it's that other thing.
I think it's just a nice gesture.
Yeah.
Coda Massaquoi. Coda Massaquoi, Scion of Bastet. Pleasure to meet you.
You as well.
I'm Oliver Bright, Scion of Ogma. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
And I'm Clint Brazos, a scion of the Morgan, and I'm happy to be here and happy to have helped out. It's a pleasure.
You certainly all put in a lot of work for this.
Persephone, as they give their names, Andre's name and Clint's name don't quite match up, but Oliver and Coda have names that you've heard a great deal over the past year and a half or so. They were part of the group that fought to save the life of Stefan Vargar, who was the scion leading the forces of the Fenris Wolves in the quest of slaughtering scions before they could have their visitation and receive their gifts and power. They have been on labors since then to shorten his prison sentence and get him back out into the world, where he will be hopefully a member of their band and able to make up for his crimes.
Well, you two, looking at Coda and Oliver, certainly have been busy.
That is one word for it.
Well, I certainly hope you both know what you're doing.
I think we're figuring it out as we go, but I think we know the importance of what we're doing.
Yeah, they're both real smart.
Yes, well, these labors that you have been on prove your dedication, for sure.
Thank you.
I hope that you find what you're looking for.
I hope we do too.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you want to... Oh, wait, no, we're not going back to see... Sir... how do you say that with Sir? We're not going back to see Hades, right?
No, I will go see my husband soon.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just pull this out here. All right, I'm going to send him a text that the delivery is complete and that he is expecting you. There we go.
As Clint is tapping away at his divine cell phone, one of the guards that is in attendance with them, Persephone, leans over and speaks very quietly into your ear and informs you that Coda has requested and they have been granted access to the fields of Elysian, which is very unusual, you would know. This is like only someone who's gone above and beyond and really impressed your husband is ever allowed to go there. And that isn't like, judged and deemed worthy of going. In order to see somebody, though they never gave a name, so.
Yes, and I will look over at Coda and smile again and say, you really did impress him, then. Doesn't let anyone, just anyone, go to Elysium.
Oh. Is that not okay?
No, it is. My husband is very particular, to put it lightly. And if you made a good impression, I think that speaks more on him than you, but...
Oh, well... Yeah, I'll make sure I don't, I guess, mess things up down there or around there or something.
Yeah, well, I hope that you find whoever you're looking for in there and get any kind of closure.
I hope so too.
But
Question. So, you guys are married, yeah?
Yes.
How do y'all... Coda will look at the group and then look back and go, so, like, y'all have to argue sometimes, right?
Yes.
How do you... What? It's like they're literally like the couple. I feel like if there's a couple that I should... Well, not... Sorry. How do you deal with that? Like, you guys being at such... You know?
We've had a lot of time to figure out all of this, and it wasn't easy at first. There are many things. But we found what made it work for the both of us. Relationship is something that both people need to work on and be there for.
What would you say is like the secret in a long-lasting marriage then?
Oh God, I don't want to get married, but yeah.
Could
Again,
help,
no.
right?
It's a good question.
Secret to a long-lasting marriage.
Oh, we should have asked Hades this too.
Yeah, we should. I'll send him a text later.
Okay.
While this is happening, I'm just going to give Andre a look and then turn back.
Andre's returning the look, and it's with the long-suffering sigh.
We'll probably do it in unison.
Yep.
Well, I think it's being incredibly compatible in many different ways.
What do you mean by that?
The battle. Like, was you guys like opposite attract situation?
Yes and no. I mean, I think it really helped that I am here half of the year. And it's, you know, I mean, the space distance is good, but, you know, the whole saying of distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Spending time apart makes us, when we come back together, makes us realize how much we've missed each other and how much we missed that.
Do y'all like send love letters and stuff back and forth when y'all are apart?
Yes, quite often.
Oh, so you're not on a break when you leave for 6
No.
months. That's just you're on a trip. Well, not a trip.
Yes.
I know there's the history and all that.
Yes, it might as well be a trip at this point when I go see my mother.
Okay. Understood.
And,
Is he good
and
at riding?
Amazing. Hades has many talents.
When he gets back, or like when you come back, does he ever just like read them out to you real slow with his real pretty voice?
No, we spend time much differently than that.
I think I understand.
All right.
Clint,
Well,
your phone chimes.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me check this real quick.
You have a text message from Hades. It says, "Who is this?"
Okay. I could have sworn I introduced myself on the first one. Here we go. Hi, Hades. This is Clint Brazos. Just delivered flowers to your wife. Stand.
It goes to red, and then you just get "I see," period. You have the wrong number, period.
God damn it.
Look over Clint's shoulder. Lean back.
Persephone, I think your husband might have transcribed a couple of numbers when he was giving me his. And I'm trying to just let him know that the task has been handled and that you're real pretty and it was nice meeting you both. Do you mind like helping me out here fixing this real quick?
Well, whispered Aubrey. This is the first time that this has ever happened to him.
Persephone, when he shows you his phone, you know whose number that is. That's not your husband's number.
And I laugh and go, "Oh, he always had a sense of humor."
Oh, well, I appreciate that. But I mean, I just want to let him know that the things got done.
I will allow Coda, Andre, and Oliver to make wits and empathy checks.
All right.
See if you can read into this situation and what just happened. I adore Clint. Normally I would let everybody roll, but I feel like Clint is the one person in this party who just wouldn't make this leap.
That is 7 successes.
I got 2.
Clint is fully oblivious, thinking there was just a mistake.
4 successes.
Andre, you're still a little overwhelmed. You are standing in front of a goddess that you are well educated enough on the history of your pantheon to realize that while she is frequently kind of downgraded in importance by like modern scholars, by a lot of scholars and people who have just sort of a cursory passing knowledge of the pantheon, where she's mostly just known as Hades' wife and just known for the one story. You are aware that Persephone's like older than most of your pantheon. Like her origins go back further than the Dodecatheon in general do. To the point where like people have forgotten what her original pantheon was called. There are whispers among other Greek scions that fate has had such a strong pull on her, and her story has been so set in stone that even she doesn't fully remember where and who she was, or where she came from and who she was. She was mostly a death goddess back then, though. What Oliver and Coda pick up on is that one of the features in Persephone and Hades' story is another character who causes a lot of problems for their relationship, and might, have provided ample reasons for Hades to decide to kind of be a little bit petty and prank her by giving her number out to a scion she's never met. And that's Demeter.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
So like I was saying, do you mind helping me just figure out the right number for your husband real quick so we can let him know? I don't want to bother no stranger.
I can let him know. It's no worry, but you should definitely continue texting that number.
Oh, if you say, do you know who it is?
Yes,
Would you tell me if I ask?
maybe.
Okay. Who am I texting, and are they normally okay with receiving text messages?
I don't know the answer to the second one, but he most definitely just gave you Demeter's number.
Oh, Lord.
I don't think I'm familiar, but I'll.
It's
I'll
her
send
mom.
them. Oh, it's your mom. Okay, well, are you on like good terms with her?
6 months out of the year.
Gotcha. That's the person you have to go to. Okay. Does she have like any like favorite things that I could send her to help ease this whole awkward situation of just not knowing who she is and stuff? You think like, shit, maybe a picture or something or fuck.
Like, as the mortals call it, a selfie?
Oh yeah, I could do. That's a great idea. Hold on. Do you want to be in it with me?
Sure.
All right, come here. And Clint will like try and wrap around Persephone if she is so inclined, and then reach up with his phone and snap a shared selfie.
Wow.
You are able to do that without any problem.
All right, let me just send this along real quick. Sorry, Demeter, I now know who you are, and I am Clint Brazos, scion of the Morrigan. It is a pleasure. Hope to talk to you more often. Send.
All right. Is there anything else anybody would like to do or have a conversation with Persephone? Persephone, knowing that they are planning to head to the fields of Elysian, would you like to go with, or are you planning to stay under your tree?
I think I'm planning to stay under my tree for now. Besides, I have to thank somebody for giving me these nice flowers.
That's fair. All right.
Andre would just say it's been an honor meeting you, Your Highness. I've met a few of your scions, and they've always been kind to me. I appreciate it.
Yes, scion of Hephaestus. It's lovely to meet you.
Andre will just get a big smile on his face and just give another bow before he'll begin heading out for the others.
All right. Does anybody else have anything to say or ask? Speak now.
Do we get like any sort of cool boon from you or anything for like carrying this out? No, never mind. That was selfish. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be with my friends.
You've gotten Demeter's phone number. I think that is a boon enough.
Yeah, you think she'd be cool with it?
Incredibly.
All right, I'll try and get her to be more talkative. Then we'll see what happens.
Oliver?
You have a lovely garden.
Thank you.
Wait, do you have a phone number too?
Yes, I do.
You want to plug it in here, or should I just tap it in myself?
Sure, I can give you it.
Yeah, here you go.
I'll plug it in.
Okay. All right.
Let me just send a text. Okay, awesome.
Now everybody is going? Yes?
Let's go.
Okay. You all walk away from Persephone and her tree. I would like all of you to make me perception awareness rolls, please.
Okay. One.
It's better than usual.
That is true.
4.
0.
Oh, 3 for Andre.
And his nose buried in his phone, sending off text message.
Okay. Sorry, everybody give me your numbers again.
3
One.
for Andre.
Clint got 0.
4 for Coda.
All right. 3 and 4. As you are walking by, you smell the smell of wood smoke. As you begin to walk away from Persephone. And the one who rolled a 4 glances back over their shoulder just in time to see Hades and Persephone under her tree. And Persephone is bent back as if she's being kind of swooned or swept off her feet and kissed very deeply.
Coda will just smile and then focus on where they're supposed to be going.
All right. For the sake of expediency, you all return back to the black basalt path, travel up and past the judges, and turn towards where you know the entrance to the fields of Elysian are. Your guards take you right up to the entrance and wave you in through this archway. It looks like there is nothing past this archway, right? It just looks like an archway in the middle of nowhere. On either side of it, it's just kind of black nothingness. More of that black basalt field. But in the archway itself, which is made out of like these twisting, curling branches and vines, with beautiful flowers kind of growing out of them. Flowers you've never even seen that probably went extinct long before even like your family lines really got started, except maybe on the divine side. But past that, you can see these rolling golden fields and bright sunshine, and you can smell sweet apples.
It's a pretty place.
Yeah. Yes, it should be. So, forward we go.
Who are we looking for anyhow?
I have an idea.
Of who we're looking for or how to find them?
Who we're looking for. And he'll just look to Coda and Oliver and just kind of be a mix of hopeful and pleading.
I was hoping to see if we could see her or talk to Moira if possible. You've probably heard some about her, Clint.
Yeah, the name's familiar, but I'm having a hard time placing it right away.
Sign of Hera, my aunt, actually. She was important to a lot of us.
Understand. I'll be calm and quiet. Be respectful.
Are you all going to pass through the arch?
Andre is.
I will.
Yep, I'm right there with you.
All right. You all pass through the arch and into a place that feels like summer and springtime and everything good and welcoming about both, all woven into one place. As you look around, the people here don't have any of those shade-like qualities. They're not pale. They don't look like they've forgotten something. They look happy and very much solid and and almost alive. If you didn't know you were in an underworld, you wouldn't think you were. You wouldn't think they were dead. And there are people all over the place. As you walk through the archway, those of you who knew Moira have this image of her in your mind, this beautiful woman who is vibrant and full of life the last time you saw her. And it is like that memory acts as a beacon. And you could see a light that sort of seemed like a halo effect that seems to fall around a specific area in the distance, allowing you to follow it easily. And when you get there, Clint, you may have been a little bit ruined by the fact that you have now met several goddesses and they have looks that even a scion can't touch. But for someone who was just a scion, the woman in front of you is stunning. She has striking eyes and kind of the perfect figure, and hair that's perfectly coiffed, and she sort of turns and looks surprised. Well,
Pardon me, ma'am.
I don't know you, and she points at Clint, but you're a handsome one. I do know the three of you, though. Andre, you're not dead already, are you?
Andre is busy trying to hold back tears and failing. And he's just smiling. No, I'm not. I'm alive. We had to do something for Uncle Hades. And
oh, please tell me you didn't do something stupid, try to and sneak in here.
no, he knows we're here. He actually allowed us to come here.
Oh, well, good. It's lovely to see all of you.
It's nice to meet you, ma'am. I'm Clint Brazos, a scion of the Morgan and a friend of your friends here.
Lovely to meet you, Clint Brazos. I'm Moira, scion of Hera.
Pleasure is all mine, Miss Moira.
And Moira kind of looks between all of you for a moment and hesitates, and then reaches over and wraps her arms around Andre and hugs him tight.
He is going to squeeze her with all he has as the dams break and he's basically becoming a mess of pure joy as he's just squeezing her tightly to himself.
Oh, come on now. You're going to break her. You squeeze any harder. And Clint will reach over to pat him on the shoulder.
Oh, believe me, he can't hurt me. Least of all here. And she's like sort of stroking Andre's hair with one hand, and she reaches over and kind of finds Coda's hand and gives a little squeeze, and then the same thing to Oliver without letting go of Andre. Not that I don't appreciate the surprise, but what brings you all here?
I'll turn to look at Coda.
Okay, so I thought this would be a great idea, and now that it's happened, I don't know what to say. Besides, sorry? And nice to see you, that you're doing well.
Sorry for what? You didn't do anything wrong. I'm here because of my decisions in the moment, and I have no regrets. If I ended up here, I obviously did a good job. Well enough to impress not only the judges, but my uncle.
I know. I mean, yeah, Nat just misses you a lot. I mean, a lot of people miss you a lot, and I guess, we were together, and then now we're on a break, but I think this is not like my way to get back with her or something. I just think it would be really nice if you had things you wanted to say to her that I can tell you. Yeah.
I see.
Like, she misses you a lot. And I guess I just wanted... I don't know.
Answer a question for me first, and then I'll tell you what I might have to say. Is she still fighting the good fight?
Yes.
Do you believe she's still out there doing the work of a hero?
Always. As much as I want her to get a break, but I guess I'm not helping with her getting a break and such, but yeah.
Then you tell her, and she kind of very gently extricates herself from Andre's arms for a moment, kind of wipes the tears away from his cheeks, and then steps in front of Coda and tips her chin up so that you meet her eyes squarely. You tell her that I couldn't be prouder, and that I'm happy, and I have no regrets about my decision. If any one of us was meant to go forward, it was her. I saw that in the moment, in a way that, only people with certain gifts, and she kind of glares over at Oliver, can. My fate was to end up here sooner than I think most expected, but that was it. Her fate was to go on and keep fighting, because the world needs her. And, tell her that I don't give a good goddamn what the gods of death have to say about it. If she wants to come and visit me when it's her time to go, then I'll be here waiting. Not that anyone could stop her if they tried.
Yeah. Yeah. We and she's gonna look at Oliver for a moment and then go, we're trying to rehabilitate what's his name? Stefan?
There's a little blink as she seems to realize that there's more to the picture that she's gotten while in the underworld. I see. And with that, is that why you're on a break?
Yeah, amongst other things.
Well, it's no wonder. Well,
Well, I mean, not to disrupt what you got going on, but I'm kind of curious. What do you do down here now that you know you ain't got no mortal concerns up above?
primarily I spend an awful lot of time with other Scions, heroes of old. I had dinner with Hercules. I don't.
Really?
Time is odd here. I don't know if it happened yesterday or a year ago, but yes.
So you just get to hang out, have dinners, and chat with your friends?
And remember all of the things that you did right to get here. Yes, while other spirits, the shades in the fields of Asphodel, don't remember who they were, why they were there, or why they're there. We remember everything.
Now, sorry, this is none of my business, but was this dinner just for the fun of it, a friendly thing, or?
And what business is that of yours?
Exactly, it's not mine. I just, the question came to mind and my mouth started working and I couldn't stop it.
Andre, tell me something. Are you still with that lovely girl you were with?
Well, that's complicated now. We were together when we set sail to start the labor, and then Circe trapped us for 2 weeks, cut off communication when I said I was going to be keeping in touch. And then Oliver had a vision that her mom might be trying to get her into an arranged marriage. So it's all very up in the air right now. And I'm very conflicted, and I just hope that things work out for the best.
I see.
It's all right, though. They've got me there to keep them in good cheer and kind of move forward in life. They're going to be okay.
Andre,
Yeah?
you must make me a promise.
Anything. Always.
As soon as you have a free day, you're going to go find that girl and go tell her what happened and how you feel face to face.
I promise. Yeah.
You're not going to get discouraged.
Never.
You'd better not.
Hey, you know me. I'm hard-headed as hell.
And you know me. I take after my mother when someone disappoints me.
I'd never want to disappoint you.
She smiles a little bit. Good. That's what I like to hear. Coda, I can't tell you what to do about Net. I wish I could. Given your choices, I think I'm assuming she's upset, and I think that's reasonable. That being said, I think as much as it is important to hold on to those we love, and she glances at Andre, it is also important to recognize when those we love need distance or perhaps aren't good for us anymore. And you need to give yourself permission to let go if that's what needs to happen for you to be healthy and happy. If it's meant to be, she'll come around eventually on her own. You don't have to press.
Yeah, I'm coming to terms with that. I just wanted. This is not really like our relationship thing. I just know she misses you a lot. So I just wanted to give her at least something. This is not me trying to, like, be like, oh, I've got words from a person you care dearly about. Please date me again. No, I just know that she's hurting a lot. So I just wanted to, message her on the side and be like, hey, we went to so-and-so and I just blah, 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 yada, yada, so on and so forth.
I appreciate you being willing to be a messenger for the dead.
Yeah.
Now, there's very little that I can do for you all from here, but I think I've got one more trick left in me. And she turns to Oliver. Rumor has it you're dating a dryad.
That's made it all the way down here. Okay, yes, that's true.
Well, you'll have to tell her that I apologize for this, but I had no other choice. And she reaches over and cups your face and kisses you before you can do anything about it. And Oliver, the world falls away. And you find yourself in a place that isn't the Elysian Fields. Instead, it is a darkened corridor, and you can hear voices and footsteps at one end, and at the other end you see a heavily banded, looks like steel, like a vault door. And as you walk away from the voices, because something tells you that those are dangerous and you shouldn't let yourself be found here, you walk towards that vault door. It's the only other way to go anywhere that you can tell in this hallway. And you get to the door and you realize that there is like this semi-clear, like multi-paned, bulletproof glass window. It's very small, but it allows you to look inside. And inside, you can see Andre, Coda, and Clint. And Clint is reaching out for what looks like a feather balanced on a pedestal. And he reaches out and he looks like he's being very, very careful about trying to scoop it up in his hand. And when he does, there is the shriek of an alarm, which makes him jump, and his hand closes around the feather and crushes it. And you see a massive rip in space behind him and Coda, leading to a place of just pure, brilliant white light. And coming out of it is a tall, muscular form with golden skin and massive white wings. And you watch as a blade goes through Coda's middle, and that's when you wake up.
And do I wake up just like around everyone else again, or am I somewhere else?
You are around everyone else. You are very dizzy. And you can feel something yanking on every thread of fate that you have hard.
Come on, friend. Stand back up. It's going to be okay.
No, I
offers a hand.
I saw something. I saw a lot.
Well, you just got kissed to death, it looks like.
I'll worry about that later. There was a door, a vault door. Need to go to that. Avoid the voices. They're dangerous. Clint, when you pick up the feather, there's going to be an alarm. Prepare yourself for that. Don't crush it. You can't crush the feather. It's bad.
And that's when Oliver goes limp.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck. Come on, hold on. Let's get him up. Oh, shit.
Oh dear. Well, that may have packed more of a punch than I intended. I'm sorry. He should recover with time.
Clint's just hunkered down and like gently
That said,
shaking him.
He looks a little worse for wear, and he shouldn't be in this place if he's recovering from a shock like that. He needs to be among the living, or he'll get stuck here. So you should take your friend and go.
Yes, ma'am. We'll be on our way. Thank you.
Andre, don't be sad. I love you very much. Thank you for coming to see me. Go live.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll see you again when I see you.
I'm sure one day we'll meet again. Hopefully not too soon. Now go, all of you.
Just scoop him up here.